Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. Are you a goofball that loves Giants football? If so, sit back and relax as we talk about the team that both excites and frustrates us so much. And now, here are your goofball hosts, Drew and Rob.
Welcome, fellow goofballs, to Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. I am Drew, soon to be joined by Rob here as you just got out of work. Jared just got home. He's setting up right now as we speak here. But we wanted to get to you guys here immediately on what's going on here because guess what, guys? It's finally that time. We've been waiting for how long now? It is officially draft time, guys. Draft time is here. It is time. We got the pick number 6 tonight, obviously. And listen, there's a lot of movement possibly going to be happening tonight. There's a lot of shaking going on here. Are we going to get the quarterback that's going to replace Daniel Jones as our franchise quarterback? Are we going to go ahead and get potentially our first number 1 receiver since OBJ left the Giants there? I mean, there's a lot of movement possible. Do we go and get an offensive lineman? Do we go, we got to keep this quarterback vertical? We got a guy like Joe Alt there. There's a lot of movement going on there. Do they do something crazy and go, hey, who knows what's going to happen here? We're going to go, let's go get Brock Bowers now because we had a star tight end. He's retiring and Darren Waller there. Who knows what's going on here, guys? What we do know going on, though, is there was some massive movement going on here contract-wise. So we have people getting signed like crazy here today. So as Rob is just chiming in here, there he is. I see him in the background there. There he is. Man with himself. Football Rob there.
It's a me. Hurrah.
Oh, you muted yourself somehow. You muted. It wasn't even me this time. You can't blame me. All right. So anyway, as I was saying, folks, we got a lot of change here. You're gonna mute. Let's see. You lost your mic, I think, or something there, man. But yeah, let's go over the changes here because we got some news here. So first off, before we even get started here with draft, guys, we got some breaking news for you guys. Thought we had Rob there. Do we have you, Rob? Now I was going to come back in so you can give your hellos before we get the breaking news. Yeah, no, you got no sound, Rob. You got no sound at all.
Oh, you got some sound now. Hey, it's a me.
There we go. There we go. You got some sound. There we go. There's Rob. Anyway, on to the breaking news here. So, first off, just broke here. Devontae Smith, the we just talked about him and getting his extension here. AJ Brown now also getting an extension from the Eagles there. Now has the highest annual average value of any wide receiver. I'm pretty sure in NFL history. I know he's current at $32 million a year.
Yeah, that's ever.
Yeah, that's crazy, guys.
5 years ago, we talked about 6 years ago, we talked about $20 million for a receiver. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, and now he's got that's 3 years, $96 million, guys.
Hey, listen, he went
a
long time without a touchdown last year. I think he had 8 and not over 100 yards. I think he had an 8-game stretch.
Yeah, but I mean,
it's the best in the league.
Objectively, he's still a top flight receiver. I don't like the guy because he's an Eagle, obviously. I don't try to hide my bias there towards Eagles players there, as we got Dakota I see in the chat there. What's up, Dakota, man? But yeah, I think that if you want to pay him, that's I don't know I just don't know how this Pied Piper doesn't have to get paid eventually. What they do, they're paying all these guys so much money. I mean, eventually you got to do it. You got to have to pay eventually. But somehow they just so far getting away with it. The big news today was the Lions, though. The Lions are just handing out money left and right there. Let's get down to the Lions here. We got so much news today to go through. It's crazy, guys. But Penei Sewell, the right tackle, gets an extension. Amon-Ra St. Brown gets an extension here as well. And, it's one of those things where you want to pay people, go for it. They work their butt off, I never hate on that. Let's see. I'm trying to find here 4-year. Let's see here. Yeah, 4-year deals for both is what they end up getting there. So we got $85 million guaranteed for Penei Sewell. $112 million overall in 4 years. That's a little crazy, man. That's a lot of money. Amon-Ra St. Brown, 4 years, $120 million, which seemed like a ton of money until AJ Brown got his money.
Broke.
Yeah, seriously, goddamn. Amon-Ra St. Brown's probably like about to fire his agent right now. Like, what the hell, man? Couldn't get me $30 million. But he's like, I feel like one of the most underrated receivers in all of football. I really do. I feel like he's so good. Yeah, and I feel like he's one of those guys that if you're a football fan, you know him. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's that level, but if you're not a football fan, it's like you've heard of some of the bigger names, obviously. You've heard of maybe, Tyreek Hill. You've heard of, Devontae Adams, those kind of guys. But, yeah, he's legit. Legit. Deserves all the money in the world, guys. So, yeah, we are waiting right now, guys, in case you're wondering what's actually going on in the draft. That's what we're all here for. We're still waiting right now for the commissioner to come up to the podium and make the obvious first-round pick that we're all expecting. I think we're all expecting the first pick overall to be the best punter ever. No,
of course.
Caleb Williams here, quarterback at USC. We're just waiting for it. As Dakota's yelling for you to get off your phone, Rob. But he's looking at the draft on his phone. He's looking at draft news. He's allowed, Dakota. Yeah. Go grab a cheesesteak or something.
I was in Philly today. I could have grabbed
you. You were in Philly? See? He was in Philly today. He was. It hurt him
actually
to go there.
I mean, we are a football podcast, but I walked by the Four Seasons today as the Knicks were loading up into the bus to go to the
There you go. There you go. So
just because I am not a basketball fan, I'm like, go Sixers.
I'm also prepared in case things go wrong tonight. A little peanut butter whiskey just in case. Just in case. I got the whiskey.
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess while we're waiting here for the obvious, we should also mention that T. Higgins obviously is reamped his trade request with the Bengals. But yeah, it seems like all the Bengals seem to want out now because on top of that, Trey Hendrickson also wants out now as asked for a trade. I think what it just boils down to is everybody wants to get their money. And you can't blame them on that.
Yeah, and I mean, they can't afford to pay everyone. Let's be honest. They got time.
Somehow the Eagles are doing it.
Touche.
I hate to be giving positive things out to them. I mean, I just think it's going to bite him in the butt eventually. I mean,
oh yeah, they're going to look like the Saints in the next 5 to 10 years.
They're paying their starting corners until they join AARP. Basically, that's where
yeah, pretty much.
So, I mean, it's like it's just really bad. So yeah.
Draft Detroit 2024.
Yeah. By the way, I apologize to anybody if anybody's trying to watch us on Facebook. We are usually on Facebook. We can't go on Facebook today because Facebook is having some kind of issue with third-party streaming services. So it's either stream just to Facebook or don't stream to Facebook. So today we're yeah, it really seriously. You know what? Facebook's been kind of a jerk.
We got you.
We're on YouTube. Exactly. So we're just waiting here. Right now they're doing some kind of thing with a whole bunch of Detroit people You got looks like Barry Sanders and Eminem. You know, all the people you expected a big Detroit thing at that point there. So yeah, they're all trying to hype the crowd up basically at this point. There's Aiden Hutchinson there. Yeah,
Dakota's in the comments thinking this is a OnlyFans or something.
Oh, Dakota guy says take your shirt off. Yeah. I think what he's saying is you're overdressed for the occasion. But he just got back from work, guys.
I literally walked in the door and set it up.
And it's a fancy night here. It's a fancy night, guys. Yeah. We might be celebrating our brand new quarterback or a brand new top receiver. I mean, this is potentially a Giants history kind of moment. And Dakota has clarified, no, he doesn't want you to change your shirt. He just wants the nips.
Yeah. I mean, I'm normally getting asked to take my coat my pants off the jacket.
Your pants off. Whoa. What kind of parties are you going to? Just take your pants off and your jacket. Keep your shirt on.
Yeah. You can see the nips.
Let's see. Is that Calvin Johnson there? Is that Megatron? Looks like Megatron there on the floor there. Here we go. Goodell is there. I don't think the pick is in. I think he's announcing the start though at that point.
Yeah. It's the line's still out there, so.
Deb says it will be receiver at 6. You heard it here. I like it. The third person talk. Go for it. And what's funny is, Deb, let us know. You can let us know in the comments. We just kind of started calling you Deb. Do you go by Deb usually? I don't think you ever told us to call you that. I think we just started doing it. Let us know if that's the same way that when he wants to call you that. It'd be kind of funny. But all right. Yeah. But yeah, draft is underway officially now. That's what they came to announce. Guys, I still want a quarterback tonight.
I think we get quarterback. I think we get it.
She says yes, Deb is fine. No, but are we the only ones who call you Deb?
Is that fine or is that trade a 4, go JJ? Come on now.
I don't want JJ. I don't want JJ. Listen.
Well, he's been hinting all over podcasts that that's what he thinks.
I know. I think JJ wants us, honestly. I think he's also smart enough to realize, and again, not trying to talk like we're some great, thing right now, because let's be honest, we've been a crappy team for the last, how many years, but we're still the New York Giants. We have the New York media. If you're a starting quarterback here and you have success, let the bankroll go in there, So,
much.
By the way, guys, we also have a brand new. Rob hasn't even heard it because he got home so late. We have a brand new draft notification sound that was made. That way, it is not going to be a copyright infringement scenario. So yeah, you get that coming soon here in a couple minutes. That we're doing one similar to people with 4 letters, but not quite. We're just skating there. There might be a fun thing at the end of it too. We'll find out here. Dakota says, "Why did Daniel Jones look cracked out? He's on so much medication. It's not even funny, probably, honestly, right now." I'm sorry. I'm not buying that he's healthy thing for a minute still. I'm not. I'm sorry. He's never healthy, first off. But second off, it just, you only have so many injuries to necks and stuff like that, man, before you have these issues. So, we'll have to see what happens this year with him, because I think no matter what, it's a 50-50 shot of him playing. Because even if we draft the quarterback here, they might start him to let him sit, or they might just go ahead and say, you know what? We don't want him on the field to risk him getting injured now for the year.
I know,
that's the big thing with this guaranteed money of his. It doubles if he gets hurt and he's out for the year. I don't pretend to know the exact verbiage of his contract, but yeah, it's something to kind of keep an eye on.
The one thing I've never got to sidetracked is now we're watching the countdown of the draft because you got 10 minutes on the clock. Come on, Bears. You had this number 1 pick.
We said this last year. I'm going to say it again. You should not do that. It should be automatic. We're starting the draft. Here we go. And with the first pick. Done.
Yeah.
And Dakota's asking how long ago the surgery was. I have to look up the exact surgery date, but part of the problem is we don't know where he's at.
I'm not a piece of meat, Dakota.
Dakota's still like, I should take it off. He's like, take it off. This is not that kind of show, Dakota. This is not Chippendales.
Hey, listen, if
more
you
like
put another
Rescue
$10 and buy me a cup of coffee, buy me a coffee.
$10 and a cup of coffee. Ooh.
Yeah. I'll take another button off.
It could be a K cup. Yeah, and I wish they'd show the offices there. He's just one button per pick.
Hold on. No picks have been made yet.
You got those little buttons on the collar.
No. I'm not a fan of this. The Oxford.
Hey, they come in handy. They come in handy when you got a tie on.
Well, I get the pointers. This way it hangs down.
There you go. We got 6 minutes, guys. We got 6 minutes. This is ridiculous.
You got 6 minutes on the clock? Oh, man, I'm a minute behind you.
I got 6 minutes and 13 seconds is where I'm showing.
Yeah, I'm a minute behind you. Shit.
Okay. I was a little worried about that because I got my phone going here to get NFL Plus because I don't have cable. I also had the Pat McAfee show on because they were doing a draft spectacular, but apparently once the draft started, they won't let you watch it anymore. So
that's messed up.
Seriously. It's like the NFL wants you to watch things only if you pay them. And I get it's a money thing, it's a business, but guys, it's at the NFL draft. Like you're putting it on ABC.
Yeah, right? It's on ABC. Let me illegally watch it for free.
Like let it go. If it's on ABC, let it go free.
Let it go. Let it go.
We're gonna get a suit again. Disney's ready to go for us, trust me. Ever since that time,
Mama, can you hear me? Papa, can you hear me?
So, Rob, who do you think the Giants are picking tonight? You had to place money on it right now. Who do you think we got? Who do you think is a Giant here the next hour or so?
Hopefully within the next half hour will be a receiver, and depending
on
it'll
be an hour. It'll be an hour.
I know.
It's 10 minutes in between picks.
Yeah. Why does it take so long? This is crazy.
So, who do you think, if you had to place money on it right now, who's your guy?
Probably Neighbors.
I'm thinking of Dunze. I really am. Thinking of Dunze. I'm hearing more that they're not, that something's kind of got them a little off in Neighbors. But I mean, Neighbors, if I had to pick one of the two, I would definitely pick Neighbors. But I don't know. I think I gotten past his comments about Daniel Jones to me last week. I still think it's stupid, but
yeah. Don't
trash talk the guy. You might be throwing you the ball. That's just stupid. Let's see.
That's silliness. Oh, you want him to throw you the ball?
They might need a quarterback. All of a sudden, minicamp starts. Hey, quarterbacks. The pick is in, guys, by the way. The pick is in. And Bear fans are so excited. They've never been so excited to be disappointed next year as they are right now. I'm sorry. I still can't. I can't with the Caleb Williams thing. I can't. I'm not that. And again, guys, for those who don't listen on a regular basis, because obviously I know we have people that are chiming in specific for the drafts and aren't doing this to watch the show on a regular basis. By the way, if you're in that category, welcome. Please hit that like. Please hit that subscribe. Please hit the share. But if you are in that category, guys, we're not big on Caleb, and it's not the pink nails. It's not the pink phone. I could care less. Let's be very frank. He could win, and all of that goes away. Nobody gives a damn what color phone case he has if he goes ahead and wins the division championship next year. Not even an NFL title and winning the Super Bowl. Just getting into the playoffs and winning the division. People will go, I don't care what color his phone is. It just wins. That's all I care about.
100%.
It's still for me the crying in his mommy's lap thing. I can't get past that. I can't. Like, you can't be.
Yeah.
If you can't deal with that. And I heard a thing. He was like, oh, I just went up at the stands to hit my mom and I just kind of broke down. Like, no, you climbed into the goddamn stadium and cried in her lap. That's where we're at. All right, guys. The Bears selection. Here we go. Who's it going to be? Now, let me know when I play the draft sound here if it's too loud, by the way, guys. If it's too loud, well, I can change it. But here we go. Caleb Williams out of USC. Shocker.
That's so shocking.
Shocker. See, that's just off enough. We can't get sued now. Plus, yeah, the burp at the end, and that's like great. That's spectacular. Definitely us. So yeah, I mean, listen, guys, this is the worst kept secret. We knew he was coming. We knew this was going to be the pick all along. I don't know. I still don't see the hype. I think part of a problem for me as well with him is he had his best year last year, not this year.
The year prior, yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, in 22, not 23. This past season was not as good. And it makes me wonder how much of his success in 22 was because of Jordan Addison.
Ooh, that's yeah.
He said, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, he lost Jordan Addison and then doesn't look as good the next year. So did Jordan Addison make him? Because he clearly didn't make Jordan Addison because Jordan Addison lit it up in the NFL.
That he did.
I should have lit it up. But he still had a damn good rookie year, especially for a guy who had 5 quarterbacks throwing him the ball, So
this is true.
Yeah. So
sorry.
Yeah. Oh yes, got to take the one button off for Dakota there. Keep in mind you got one on your pocket too. I see it.
Ooh, you're right.
All right.
Good call.
And look at this. I love how when they make the pick, all the people hug and shake hands and everything. Like, why are you doing this? You knew who you're doing all along. Why are you all excited? This is some big surprise,
Oh, this is all new to me. I don't know what's going on.
Oh my god! And there's Caleb Williams screaming now. I don't know why they're showing him screaming, but he's screaming in slow-mo. There he goes. He's going for the bear hug. He goes in for the bear hug. No pun intended. With Roger Goodell there. Yeah. So, yeah. I mean, and they still got the pick tonight too. They got the 9th pick. There's been a rumor though they're going to trade down though. There's been a rumor that they're going to trade down, and a lot of it is because they don't have a lot of picks. I think they only have 4 or 5 picks. In
4 picks, I think they were showing earlier.
Yeah,
maybe 5. So I think it's 2 in the first, and then it's in the 4th and the 5th, or 3rd and the 4th.
I can look it up real quick, but is Caleb Williams crying again? He's crying again. They showed him crying again. You knew this was going to happen. There's no shocker. I'm sorry. It's not easy. It's not difficult to be emotional when you know this was going to happen for the last 6 months. Shut up. I know I'm a jerk. It is what it is.
Yeah, you're lying. We know better.
Yeah. So yeah, they have pick 75. After pick 9, they have pick 75 in the 3rd, 122 in the 4th. So yeah, they only have 4 picks. But to me, though, you look at moving down from 9 at that point to 12, 13 or something like that. If maybe a quarterback's available and maybe the Vikings or the Broncos or the Raiders, something like that wants to move down. But you can't go too far. You still need some talent around this quarterback, or else he'll be crying about it.
Facts.
Go back in his mommy's lap.
They won't pass me. I need more help. It's not fair.
I can't give. Listen, guys. Again, you can cry. I'm not saying men can't cry. You can cry, but in the end, you can't cry in your mommy's lap. You can't climb into your mommy's lap and go shakingly, visibly crying like you're a grown man. Damn it! Stop it. All right, we got 3.5 minutes left on the Commanders.
You say they're gonna go Drake May.
It's got to be Jaden here. It's got to be Jaden Daniels there. I'm going Jaden.
It doesn't.
I'm going Jaden still. I don't want them to take Jaden Daniels. I want them not to take Jaden Daniels. And then I want Joe Shane right now. And then I want Joe Shane to call up the Patriots and make the trade for us to get Jaden Daniels. Because I would love that. That would make me ecstatic. I'd be so ecstatic and happy for the season. It's not even funny. You kidding me?
You go from 6 to midnight in no time.
You know what it is? To me, that's the top quarterback in the draft. I like him better than Caleb. And don't get me wrong, we talk about Caleb being a bust. A lot of I talk about Caleb being a bust is just because how much hype is on him. I don't think he's a bad quarterback. I just don't think he's anywhere near as good as some people think he is. I just don't. And I could be wrong. I'm not trying to say that it's impossible for him to be great like everybody thinks he's going to be at that point. And I got nothing against the kid, so hopefully he is, but I just don't see it. I just don't. So
we shall see.
Yeah, we shall. We got a little bit of time left. That's it. They took the clock off for some reason.
So you got 2.5 minutes, right?
The pick is in. The pick is in. The heat is on. It's got to be Jaden Daniels. If it's not, it's going to be a shocker, I think. And it's not, it's going to be a mistake, too. Let's see. As Dakota's already saying JD as well. It's got to be. If they don't do it, it's a mistake, especially because they got Cliff Kingsbury now as their offensive coordinator. He fits that system so well, I think. I really do. You know, that mobile quarterback that can go out of the pocket and make things happen. Like, that's 100% of Cliff Kingsbury's kind of, MO at that point.
Watch how good Scary Terry's going to be this year because he's got a quarterback that's going to throw to him.
Are you kidding? You know what I'm kind of curious about? This guy has been a bust up there for a couple of years now. That I've been curious. I'll put it that way. Curious what he would do on a different team. And that's Johan Dotson. He's been a 500-yard kind of guy, but he's a speed guy. You got to have a good quarterback to throw it to him. Oh, we got Connor in the house now. Him and Dakota will be having fun in the comments section soon. Here he goes. Goodell is walking. He's walking up. I want them to do the Bee Gees. Like, have a little fun with this.
Yeah. Well, you can tell by the way I use my walk.
Can you imagine? That'd be hilarious. Hilarious. Okay.
Pick, no Here we go.
Here we go. It's time. Jaden Daniels, as expected. I gotta say, I'm kind of upset. I don't want to have to face Jaden Daniels twice a year. I do not want to face him twice a year.
No.
But I am kind of curious what's going to happen with him and his size. Now, look at him. Right, if you guys should maybe listen to us and watching it on the TV there, like, he is thin. That is a light body. Like, I'm not trying to say that's a negative because I wish I was skinnier. I'm saying it negative as a quarterback.
But when you're a football player, yeah.
He's a wide receiver size. Like, look at him in that suit. Like, how thin he is. Like, this guy's going to take a couple of hits and just be like, yeah, not doing so good. Deb says you guys must be watching ESPN. ABC's ahead of them. No, I'm watching on NFL Plus. So yeah, I'm on there. But yeah, Jaden Daniels, dude, this guy lit up the SEC this year. Lit it up. I mean, both with the air, on the ground, and guy's been around forever. They were. I was seeing footage of him as a freshman throwing to Brandon Ayuk. That's how long he's been in college. Throwing to Brandon Ayuk. Oh my God. But yeah, second most TDs in college football this past year at 40. Like I said, just total domination of the SEC. But the only thing that really, the two knocks you got on him really as far as last year were, why did it take then? And that was last year was all of a sudden when he started showing it, and he got the two dominant receivers there in Malik Neighbors, who's been rumored to going to us potentially at pick 6, and also rumored to go a lot of places at that point. There, he's kind of that guy that's everybody kind of wants. But Brian Thomas Jr. also was kind of the speed demon on that team at that point. But yeah. Like I said, look, you know what? Am I the only one who sees how skinny Jaden Daniels goes, oh my God, RG3 again? Yeah,
flashbacks. Big time.
And it's funny, Connor literally just said that too. He says if he doesn't use steroids, he'll be the next RG3. He's just, like I said, I really hope for his sake. And again, we have difference on the Commanders. It's like we hate the Eagles, we hate the Cowboys, but there's kind of like a, with the Commanders, it's kind of like that little brother syndrome kind of thing.
Let's go beat him up.
Like he needs some help on that line. That was a bad line last year. Like I really hope for his sake they spend some time fixing that line. I know they got some guys in the offseason. They got Tyler Biotish there, the center from the Cowboys. But yeah, it's kind of crazy. Let's see here. As Dakota says, I think he does a valid point. He says, they said the same thing about Devonta Smith. He's smaller, wide receiver, takes hits. Yeah, I mean, that's a valid point. I just don't know. I think part of the concern is the fact that, again, you look at a young quarterback tends to take more hits than an experienced quarterback. That's just life in the NFL, And then you throw in the fact that he's a running quarterback. Then you throw in the fact that he's going to get hit because their offensive line was just bad last year. That's kind of scary. That's yeah. That's gotta worry about that. But yeah, I mean, like I said, he's just a good gust of wind can break him in half.
Really does look like that.
So let's see. Pick is in, by the way, guys, for the Patriots right now. Pick is in. Only took 5 minutes to take the pick. Thank you, Patriots. Thank you, Patriots. I'm glad someone understands that we need some gets in this. So the pick is in. So that means they're not trading, obviously, if the pick is in. Or they say trade. It's got to be Drake May, right? It's got to be.
You think so?
It's got to be. If it's not Drake May, then what the hell are you doing? Like I said all along, I don't understand why anybody in their position would look to trade. You need a quarterback. We need a quarterback. You need a quarterback. You got freaking Mac Jones traded in the offseason. You got Jacoby Brissett now. Don't get me wrong, Jacoby Brissett's a good backup. We talked about him previously. Good backup. He's a nice guy to have as your your quarterback leader at that point there. Your guy that's going to kind of take this new guy under his wings, But yeah, it's got to be it's got to be Drake May there. We'll see if they're smart like that though. Maybe they don't like the quarterback. I mean, that's part of the problem when you're picking 3 and there's 3 great quarterbacks. You have the leftovers. You have the sloppy thirds.
I was about to say sloppy thirds, man. You don't want that Sunday brunch taco.
Listen, you might want that. If you like tacos, go for it. I never thought we'd be saying something like that on the podcast, but if you like tacos, go for it. I mean, sometimes you luck out and you get what you wanted in the end,
Sloppy thirds.
Yeah, it's the way it is sometimes. And here comes Goodell. And I'm seeing you there, Connor, telling us that it is going to be Drake May. So let's see. He's at the podium right now to verify. I love that burp at the end. I just do. It's just us. It's definitely us there. So yes, it is Drake May as expected, quarterback out of North Carolina. And there's some Giants fans probably not very happy right now. There's a lot of Giant fans that like Drake.
I'm okay
May
with that.
There was a video going around today about Drake May talking how he sounded just like Eli. And I got to say, yeah, it definitely sounded like like Eli the way he was talking. But let him go there. North Carolina quarterbacks don't work out in the NFL, guys. They just don't. I'm sorry. Someone want to prove me wrong, prove me one North Carolina quarterback that's worked out. I almost want to say Duke or North Carolina. Anything, but just the state, not necessarily the school, the state of North Carolina.
You just can't make them over there.
Well, we've gotten 2 now. We've gotten Daniel Jones. We've gotten Dave Brown back in the day. Well, that worked out. You got Drake May at that point now joining this group. You got Mitch Trubisky. That worked for the Bears. It's just not been a place you go. So, but yeah, this is just crazy. So quarterback. And I don't think it's ever happened before. I really don't. Somebody can feel free to let me know if I'm wrong on that in the chat here, but I'm pretty sure that's never happened. As Dakota says, Mac Jones 2.0.
Pretty much. That's what I thought about that pick.
Connor says, "Hey Drake, hope you like the cold. Bye warmth of the Carolinas. Are the Carolinas considered warm? I don't know. I live in Florida.
Yeah, that's where you start figuring it's nice, year round.
I don't know. I don't consider that. Oh yeah. So here's your guys from North Carolina. Sam Howell. That worked out well.
Oh, he was great. He was also just replaced.
Mitch Trubisky again. TJ Yates. We're going to 1975. They went from 1975 to 2011 without getting a quarterback picked. Yeah. Not so good, guys. Not so good. Let's see. Let's see the list of Blue Devils drafted. Yep, there's Daniel Jones. Here's a 7th round quarterback. That doesn't count. 6th round quarterback. That doesn't count. Dave Brown. There's Dave Brown. Yeah.
The infamous Dave Brown.
Exactly. And then you got to go like a 12th round pick in 1988. Like I said, I'm never going to say that a school can change, get a good prospect and change what they are. But when I consistently see, a history of players coming out of a specific school and not succeeding, I'm sorry, I can't take them serious. I can't. So I'm not going to, point blank. So number 4 comes up now. Got the Arizona Cardinals. I guarantee you they take the whole 10 minutes. They're going to listen to every goddamn trade ever, I think. But Connor's just saying the pick is in. Connor just said the pick is in, so maybe I'm wrong. Way to make me look stupid, Connor. I'm like, oh, they're going to take forever. Connor picks in. Good timing. Like, dumb enough without your help. Thank you, Connor. I would think they'd be listening to tons of trade offers, but if the pick is in, it's got to be Marvin Harrison Jr., guys. It's got to be. Well, I was hoping they would fall to the Giants. A lot of people think of him as a Larry Fitzgerald clone kind of guy. So, yeah, it'd be a good pick for them to get a guy like that.
Bring back some history.
Oh, here we go. So, QB's drafted. It was 1971 was the last time. 1971. Jim Plunkett, Archie Manning, and Dan Pastorini. I'm sorry, I'm that old. I don't know. Oh, yeah, I forgot 99 that happened, too. Tim Couch, Donovan McNabb, and Achilles Smith, too. So, it's the 3rd time, I'm guessing, in NFL history. Nope, 4th. Damn it. 2021. Guess it happens more than I realized. For some reason, I was thinking not. All right. Who's it going to be? It's got to be Marvin Harrison Jr., right? It's got to be. There's Drake May being all excited for the last time.
Yay, I was picked.
I'm a millionaire. I'm a millionaire.
Hey, take what you get, right?
Seriously, sign me up. I'll become a millionaire.
Be crafty for a couple years.
The whole thing is crazy. This whole thing. Here we go. Goodell's coming down. Connor's already telling us in the chat who it's going to be. But yeah, we kind of knew this was going to happen. If it didn't trade, it's going to be one guy. So we're just going to go ahead and play the music here. We're going to go for it because I'm a little crazy. I'm a little shocked they kind of kept it. I guess no good offers. Let's go. Marvin Harrison Jr. as expected. So now they got the Chargers. Chargers are on the map here. Do they go with the receiver? They lost all their receivers here this year, or is this the Harbaugh you expect, and they go like a Joe Alt kind of guy? And Jake, I see you in the chat. I remember your nickname. What's up, man? To me, it's like I can't believe. Is that there he is, Marvin Harrison Sr. there. Giving him a little congratulations there.
That's my boy.
Yeah. go. So, I wonder that. Is it perhaps a chance that the Chargers want to make this Harbaugh's team, and maybe they go ahead and trade back?
Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised. It's a good spot for the Vikings to come in.
I'm just saying, like, if they want to go back and maybe, get, like turn this into actually being Harbaugh's team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's what they can do. Dakota says they didn't lose all their wide receivers. They got rid of them. They still lost them. Whether it was on purpose or not.
Yeah, it's about to say. It's not like they misplaced them.
Yeah. No, where'd they go? We have misplaced our wide receivers. Where can they go?
Room's all jacked up.
Here's the fun part, though, guys. Guess who's on the clock after the Chargers?
The Giants.
The Giants. Let's see. Who you guys put in the chat? Who you guys think is going to be the pick here? I'm still saying Joe Alt. I'm still saying Joe Alt. Who do you got, Rob?
I'm going to go Walker. I think the Vikings are going to try to give the house away, and they'll go back take the first two round picks.
So you think the Chargers will trade it back?
Yeah, I think the Vikings are going to sneak in there.
And this is, again, I said it last time, I look stupid, but this could be that pick that also takes 10 minutes because teams might be saying, okay, maybe the Giants take JJ at 6. Maybe we got to go ahead and trade up to go ahead and see what, to go ahead and leapfrog them, so to speak. I still think that was all hype and lie, though. I really do.
I do, too.
I don't think the Giants want JJ personally. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Again, I don't even think they want Penix, to be honest with you. I think they do want a quarterback, and Penix is the guy I think that they like because of the arm.
Could be.
Let's see.
Make sure my draft's all set up. Okay. There we go.
Who we got? They got 4 minutes left, guys. At least on my end. 4 minutes left.
Not enough. Come on.
And Connor, no stripping askings. Come on, dude. Stick to Rob as a stripper.
Yeah.
Don't be that guy.
Want to see any money in buymeacoffee.com?
How much does it take for Rob to take a shirt off on buymeacoffee.com/2giantgoofballs? Let's see here. They got commercials now, so you know it's going to be a minute. They wouldn't start the commercials if it wasn't going to be a minute.
It's going to come in. Vikings, the number 5th pick. Putting on 10 minutes on the clock.
It's got to be a trade. It's got to be.
I think so. I mean, Deb's in the comments saying the same thing.
I really think that this is that time that you're gonna. Jake's saying Fashanu for the Chargers, which would make sense.
Yeah, I think they trade back. I think they're because you think about it. Because what do they have? 11 and 23 in the first round. You could definitely get your offensive line beefed up with that. Especially because, you figure they're going to go quarterback. They figured the Giants are going to go either quarterback or receiver. So pick 11, I think, is a good shot.
I just feel like
you don't want to see me in no shirt on. But if you move that decimal point over, then we got a deal. A few spots
50
over.
cents.
Yes. That's way too much. Yeah.
Pick is in, by the way. Connor saying pick is in.
What are you watching, Connor? I'm on a major delay.
Giants are on the clock, by the way, because of the fact that the pick is in.
Interesting.
Let's see. Let's see. Come on, make the pick. Make it the pick.
Never drafting Connor.
It just, to me, either one of those spots makes sense. Wide receiver makes sense. Tackle makes sense because their offensive line has been horrible.
Yeah, I mean, they also got beat up last year. Here we go. Here comes Goodell, all dressed in a suit. Where is his tie? Brings in pick number 5.
Let's see.
You called it. You called it. You called it, Joe Alt.
Well, I missed it. I missed
Joe Alt.
it. Didn't say it on the screen here yet. There we go. There we go. So Joe Alt is the guy. I told you. Yeah, he's just walking up the podium of mine. You're ahead now. You got to let us know here.
Yeah, I switched up the channels and now I'm streaming from my tablet to the TV, so I got a faster connection.
Yeah, he's just at the podium now where I'm at. The difference in time.
Oh, I was a minute behind you before. That's why I was sitting there the whole time, like on a being a jerk because I was trying to get a better stream.
Like I said, man, it makes sense because they are totally needing a lot of help on the offensive line. All right.
Yeah.
Let's talk some Giants here. So we're up on the board. JJ McCarthy's still available, guys. And JJ McCarthy today was saying he thinks he's going to be a Giant because he spent a lot of time with them. You still got Malik Neighbors on the board. You still got Roma Dunze on the board. Could they go splash with the rumors and say, hey, we would take Michael Penix at 6?
Let's
that route.
Real fast. Joe Alt looks like he should be a drunk golf dad.
Maybe he is a drunk golf dad.
He looks good for his age.
Looks good for his age. Oh my god! All right, guys, here we go. So, are we gonna get the new quarterback? Are we gonna get the new wide receiver? Are we gonna go something crazy? Like, do we go Olu Fashanu at that point and go ahead and fix our right tackle position here? Because I know people are high on him. I'm not high on him personally. I don't think he's that good, but
yeah, that's
what's crazy. I didn't hear until today. He played high school football with Caleb Williams.
Huh.
I didn't even know that. Did not come up.
Did they talk about the locker room escapades? He used to paint his toenails right after the shower.
Let's see here.
Deb's going to be okay.
I'm afraid. Very, very afraid. We're all afraid. We're all afraid.
God holds me.
Let's see.
Yeah,
Penix
I
did
kind
not
of with
pick
you
at
over there.
6, unless it's Penix. Pick Neighbors, or I'm shutting the TV off. It's honestly, it's gonna be. I think for me, it's gonna be a wide receiver. I really do. I'd be kind of shocked if they pick a quarterback here.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, we did a whole bunch of mock drafts, but like, I
Pick
wouldn't
is
be
in
surprised.
already. Connor's
Trade him.
saying, by the way. I see everybody in the room. There's Dable, there's Shane. Nobody's sitting at home with Nintendo Wii this time.
Yeah.
Here we go. Here we go. And they probably got to put a thing on there talking about Barkley signing with the Eagles. That's just wrong. Come on, guys. That's just wrong.
Well, they have to. I mean, they're talking about every move that happened to the team last year. So I think they're going to
apparently
put that in
JJ's not even there. Apparently JJ's not even there. That's crazy.
But the draft
pick is in though. Yeah, he's at a home party in Michigan apparently.
Oh. Yeah, it's only
he
like
didn't want to be
national
Will
party
Levis
for you getting picked, dude. But whatever.
He didn't want to be Will Levis. He didn't want to be Geno Smith. There's LPG there, license plate guy on the screen. Let's see. Let's see what we got. I guess it's got to be Neighbors, right? Am I wrong? I think
it's got to be Neighbors. Which means I picked the right guy from the get-go.
I think, like I said, Adunze, I think they might want because of just that some of the issues. I've also heard about shoulder issues apparently with Malik Neighbors as well. But that's the problem is we don't have the medical, we don't have the meetings, we don't have the interviews like they got. Here we go.
Here we go. Here it comes.
Connor's saying it's Malik Neighbors. So we'll find out in a second. See, don't put the volume on. Don't put the volume on. Don't put the volume on.
Neighbors.
YouTube will kick us off.
Neighbors.
Don't put the volume on.
Stop.
There we go. So Malik Neighbors is the pick there. Wide receiver, LSU. Obviously, guys, we talked about him a lot during our pre-draft talks there. This is a guy who is the most explosive receiver, basically, that we're going to have since OBJ. This is that guy. This is the get me the damn ball and let me do my thing kind of guy. We haven't had that in a while.
Yeah.
So, yeah. This is legit. This is exciting here. I just hope we get a quarterback that can throw. I agree with him. I don't like he said it publicly, but I agree with him. So
yeah,
again, Malik Neighbors, 6 foot even, 200 pounds, 20 years old. So still young, guys. Last year, 13 games, 89 receptions, 1,569 yards, 14 touchdowns. This is a legit receiver. He's got great burst upon the catch there. Got great at tracking the ball, good route runner. The only issues with him is his size. Again, I said he's only 200 pounds, so you got to worry about him against the press. You got to worry about him getting that off that 5-yard stretch there. But he's twitchy enough to do it based on that.
I was about to say, as long as he's twitchy enough to get out of there, because how big was OBJ when he got drafted? Like,
we're officially celebrating, guys. By the way, we're officially celebrating. We're officially celebrating. We got the screwball going. I got the whiskey going.
I got one of these. I got one of these little shooter guys.
I
was ready to go on the airplane. Yes. Ready, Drew? Here you go.
Here we go. Ready?
Cheers.
Oh, wrong way.
Dink.
Boop. You got to do the side. You got to do the side. You got to do the
Dink.
side. Boop. There we go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Woo! Anyway, listen, guys. This just tells you, and it's funny. My dad just texted me about this as well, and I was about to say the same exact thing.
But you drink the
JJ McCarthy hype is not legit.
I mean,
I've been saying this all along, guys. Whatever Joe Shane says he's going to do, or people get leaked he's going to do, guess what he's not going to do? That.
Yeah.
We got a chance to get the most dynamic wide receiver in this entire draft. And that's what we did. We got great wide receiver. I think he's going to be legit. I really do. I think he's going to be explosive. I think he's going to be take it down the field. Dakota's not happy with us making this pick. Apparently, he thinks that we shouldn't have made it. Listen, we made the pick. Deal. We're taking it. We're taking it. Like I said, I'm excited, guys. I really
listen.
am.
If you're salty because you're paying your top flight guy $32 million, and we're not,
when he has more receiving yards and you're $33 million wide receiver, I don't want to hear it. Whoop whoop.
Yeah.
But yeah, listen, guys. It's a good move for us. It really is. The big thing with us though was we gotta have the the guy to throw it to him. He's not wrong with what he said. He's not wrong. I don't like that he said it publicly because just I guess it carries some potential locker issues.
Yes, correct.
So yeah,
the politics of ball.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. That's good to go. I think this is like I said, this is the right pick for us here overall. I think that I think the Giants got their guy too. I really do. I think if they wanted a Dunze, they would have taken a Dunze. I'm not going to say they didn't want. Then I'm going to say they didn't maybe prefer Marvin Harrison Jr. I don't know either way. But again, this is that flashy receiver that we haven't had in forever. Correct. This is going to be. I'm telling you, this is going to be like. Watch how much this is going to help other guys too. Like if he is what I think
Tom
he is,
Hanks right now in the league of their own, we're going to win.
Watch how much he's going to help. Guys like Jalen Hyatt get open because they got to put safety over to help him at that point. Watch how much he's going to help a guy like Wan'Dale Robinson open up down towards the slot. Slayton, exactly. Like this is going to be like, listen, guys, we have a legit receiving crew now. We 100% have a legit receiving crew.
Darren Waller, you can retire now. Belly, you can come out of underneath the rock you were at last year. This is fantastic news.
Yeah. We did, like I said, we need someone to throw it to him. We got plenty of picks, guys. We got plenty of other picks. And you know what? I would rather not pick a quarterback here than pick the wrong quarterback. If we don't think this is the guy.
You also said perfectly the other night, because we were talking about this, you go wide receiver first. You were right. Because I didn't even think about it the way once you said it, because I agree with you without even realizing the intent of like where I was getting at. But Dable and Shane now have, if they went quarterback and it was a bust at pick number 6, they're out of a job. But now it's like, hey, we didn't have the right quarterback.
It's a possibility for them to say that.
Yeah.
I still think they're going to draft a quarterback here, though.
They will. At some point I think that the next pick's quarterback.
You know what though? It's
like I want Penix,
you
but
got
it might
the Titans
be
up right now. You got the Titans up right now in this whole thing, though. And then you got the Falcons. The pick's already in for the Titans. I wonder if the Falcons go ahead and get their quarterback of the future, let him sit behind Cousins for a year or two.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I also
till it's palatable to cut Cousins.
Yes.
So give me 1 second. I got to step away from just 2 seconds here. I got a work thing going on here. And I'll be right back. So let them know what your thoughts are on Malik Neighbors.
I mean, we all know my thoughts on Malik Neighbors. This is the sign that we needed. This is an explosive playmaker that we have needed. Once again, that Drew and I have said constantly since OBJ. Everything on that offense will look better. Even if Danny Dimes is still playing for us next year, he won't get as many completions as he should, but he still, Neighbors will still make that offense look better, being the most talented guy in the field. And Deb, looking at you, Penix won't last that long. It depends, because I think once you get into the 10s to the teens, you're going to see a lot of offensive line, a lot of defensive lines guys go, and Penix may fall down. You still got the Vikings, which are probably not going to trade up now unless they fear that Titans or the Falcons are going to take a quarterback. But JJ is probably going to go to the Vikings, and then after that, like, what talent do you have out there? Once you get to the 20s and to the 30s, they're just looking to make improvements on what they already have. They're not looking to draft the player that they need. So you don't see, like, I doubt so to say the top 25 and below or draft the quarterback because they were in the playoffs. They were getting there. So Penix might be around. I also wouldn't be surprised if the Giants trade away to trade up to get into the low end of the first round to try to pick up Penix Jr. And Connor, where'd you hear where Atlanta's picking up Penix Jr.? Or is it some dude just saying whatever? Yeah, guys, who do you guys think that the Titans are going to take this round? I want to see it in the comments. Titans, Falcons, minus Connor, because Connor thinks it's going to be Penix Jr. I don't want to hear that. But yeah, Roger Goodell is already coming out. Connor, you got it? Who's it going to be? Oh, look at that. It's a tackle. Connor, you should be coming on here. You got the quickest pick. Right? See, Deb? Penix still might be in the board a little later. If we don't get Penix Jr., who do you guys think? Bo Nix? Who do you think will be round draft, our draft pick, if need be?
And I'm back.
Is Drew's back?
Back again. We got to play the button, I see. It's J.C. Latham, I see, taken by the Titans. I don't know if you talked about that yet. I'm seeing that there.
Very briefly, we're talking about Penix Jr. possibly being back in towards in the second round. So
Dude, I would love it if we trade back up and get him. I'd be happy.
That's literally what I said.
I'm gonna cry basically if we don't get him. I really am.
I asked,
listen, Rattler, I'm okay with.
I asked
if we
don't trade out, we don't move. I asked the fans out there if we don't trade up, we don't move, and we sit at our spot, and Penix is gone. Who would you like to see? Rather, I think that's a good answer. I said maybe Bo Nix.
Bo Nix, the check down king. I still think Jordan Travis.
Yeah,
I think you take him like the third round or so, or fourth round even potentially, and I think he's got more potential than Bo Nix does. I really do. I'm just not high in Bo Nix. That's what it boils down to.
Right.
So,
I know. You see that. It's salty over there.
I really am. It's not salty. It's peanut butter, by the way. It's peanut butter whiskey I'm having tonight.
Touché. I mean, are your nuts not salted?
Wow. Trying to get back into this NFL Plus thing, by the way. The NFL is like ridiculous. It's like, we're going to make this as impossible as possible. It's like live now, but hey, by the way, what I was saying before, don't put the TV on when anybody's picking. If YouTube picks it up, they will literally drop us. So Bears are back on the clock too, as well.
So the Atlanta pick is in.
There we go. Finally figured it out.
Did Connor's become a Falcon fan? Saying go Birds are an Atlanta pick? Wrong Birds.
That's Dakota. Dakota's saying go Birds.
Yeah. Sorry, Dakota. How dare I mix the two of you up?
Who knows what bird he's talking about?
Touche.
We don't know. There's so many birds. It could be the Cardinals. They are picking again soon. I mean, like another hour and a half. With the way things are going. Jeez.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what we got. I'm kind of liking the fact that J.C. Latham went second. We called him as being one of the top tackles We did say that in the end he was better than Olufashano that a lot of people like. So yeah, I feel validated. I feel validated with that move. So we had him. What I think, he was our third pick. We had him at. We had Tulisi Fuaga as our second, but he's thought of as a guard by a lot of people. So
touche.
Let's see. Here we go. The pick is in. Yeah, here we go. Do they do it? Do they go ahead and get Penix? Do they get this quarterback?
That would be a little.
Or do they get JJ? Do they get a quarterback? I think you got to go get Dallas, though. I don't mean the Cowboys. I think you got to go get. You got to get the edge rusher at this point. You got to go. You got to go ahead and get to the quarter. You got a quarterback. Build around him now. But what would be more Atlanta after taking Bijan Robinson last year, after getting 1,000-yard rookie running back, to then go ahead and get pay a schnicky load of money for a quarterback just to get another quarterback in the draft?
I mean, it 100% would be an Atlanta move, but you also have to look at the fact that you are Atlanta move. What did I say? Anyway, it'd definitely be an Atlanta move to make.
Or maybe they just don't like Kirk Cousins that much. They just think of him as a placeholder.
Well,
if you think of him as
he's a bridge. If he's a bridge quarterback and you get yourself a talent, like, do you want to pay your quarterback $40 million next year or whatever he's going to pay? It's going to be a 45.
It's not just that. You just signed him. You just signed him
to 1 year. Yeah, but you don't know what happened in that interview process.
You can't cut him for 2 years. Michael Penix Jr. This is as big a freaking Falcon move as you could have. Michael Penix Jr. taken.
Which I was about to say, he sits behind Kirk Cousins for the next year or two as a bridge quarterback.
But
he's like, I don't want to go there. I don't want to go there.
He's 20. He's 24 years old. He's 24. You're going to let him sit behind. You can't cut Cousins for 2 years and save any money. You know what? Start him at 26?
I mean,
I don't get Washington. I'm sorry. I mean, Washington, Atlanta. I don't get
Atlanta.
I don't get them. I really don't. Whatever the hell they're doing. They just don't.
I mean, no,
it makes no goddamn sense. Like, you're going to sit this guy on the bench for 2 years. God damn, that makes no sense. That just pisses me off, that kind of stuff.
Or they
you know what it is? Trade. It doesn't even piss me off from like the like from a standpoint of a Giant fan. Like, don't get me wrong, I wanted Penix. I didn't make any qualms about that. And I think the fact that he went before J.J. McCarthy solidifies what we were saying, that he is the fourth best quarterback prospect wise in this draft. But
Dan's going to leave a clue out of this.
My only thing that pisses me off is that's not fair to him. It's really not.
No, but just like I said, and Deb is also in the comments, like, he could be a trade bait. Listen, Chargers drafted Eli, then what do we do?
But that's not normally done that way. You trade the pick before you take him. That's usually not done that way.
I mean,
the only way you do that is if you think you're going to have an obvious trade and you haven't had a chance to iron out the details. That's what happened with the Eli thing. And everybody knew what was going on. Everybody knew, except for Ryan Leaf. Not Ryan Leaf. What's his name? I'm trying to play right now. The guy that charged Phillip Rivers, because Phillip Rivers said he never had heard from the Giants, and all of a sudden he saw on TV he's getting drafted by the Giants. It's like, wait, what? That to me, that's stupid. I'm sorry, Atlanta, you're stupid. And I got a lot of family in Atlanta, and I got a lot of Falcons fans in my family, and yeah.
Did you expect anything else?
That's just stupidity. I'm sorry. Absolute goddamn stupidity. And now you got the Bears in. The Bears can still get Rome Odunze. That was one of the big things that we're talking about, is getting Rome Odunze potentially. Um, Teb says, let's face it, Daniel Jones is going to be the starting quarterback. Yeah. That's just. So while we're waiting for this pick, should we let everybody know about the contest, by the way, Rob? We haven't told you about the contest yet.
Oh, we haven't. I guess this is a
We
good
haven't.
segue since the
So,
quarterback of the future that we wanted is now an Atlanta
so guys,
Falcon.
we're going to do a contest. We're going to give you guys all the details tomorrow. So now we got to watch this tomorrow as well. But I had this lovely jersey in my hand here. This Daniel Jones jersey that you might notice is signed, authenticated, everything here that we're going to be giving away to a fan. So Daniel Jones
like
signed
contract.
jersey, authenticated and everything, going to a Giants fan here. Well, I guess not necessarily a Giants fan. Dakota could technically go for it too. There's going to be a couple ways to join up and go ahead and get a entry into it there. We're going to talk about it more tomorrow with you guys there. But yeah, we wanted to go ahead and give you guys something there. So
there we go. The Bears coming.
We got, like I said, authentic signed jersey available here for you guys. Let's see here. Bears selection here. That's what I'm hearing already. Here we go. Roma Dunze. And listen, did we actually have Roma Dunze in our draft going to the Bears at 9? I believe we did. Oh, it's almost like we know what we're doing.
Oh, look at that. We pretty much called 60% of the first round. 70%.
Yeah. Listen, you know what? We've been right on most of the picks here. We were wrong on who the Giants picked, but we were only wrong because we thought Marvin Harrison Jr. would still be available, so we thought the Vikings would trade up. So we were only wrong on our pick just because we misplaced
and obviously the Cardinals pick because we
were wrong on the Falcons pick, but we were right on most of these picks so far.
Yeah, you're at 9, so you got 2 wrong. You're batting a little over 7%. 700.
Yeah. As Jake says, it's got to be Bowers to the Jets. Now, I have Tulisi Fuaga is who we had going to the Jets, if I remember correctly. I believe that's who we mocked to them. He's still available. So. Like I said, legit offensive. He can play any position he wants basically on the line. And yeah, this is going to be it's got to be the pick. He says never mind. Dude, here's something, Jake. What'd you hear? Why are you saying never mind? I'm wondering, should we do something a little different here?
Sure. You a little spicy over
I'm gonna
there?
do something a little different. I'm gonna do something a little different.
Feeling a little saucy?
Spicy mood. I am. It's the whiskey.
Oh.
Vikings traded with the Jets. Connor just said, and here it is coming here. Vikings are on the clock. JJ McCarthy coming. You know it. You know it.
Oh, 100%,
they went down 1
100%.
pick. Oh my God! I don't even know what they traded.
And you know damn well. Oh, actually, you got rid of Zach Wilson over there, and you got Aaron Rodgers. Who?
You realize the Jets only went 1 spot back. They went, yeah. No, honestly, I could have seen the Jets going for JJ McCarthy. Like you could have sat there, let him sit.
You're right.
Rodgers.
That's why they traded up. You had to give away.
But you know, it would have pissed off Rodgers to no end. He'd have a hissy fit and hide in the cave for a while.
Well, whatever.
That's what would happen.
He can do all the mushrooms he wants about it, but when you're a Asian quarterback, and
okay, so here we go. Vikings gave up. The Jets get 11, 129, and 157, and they gave up.
Sorry,
they gave up 10. And so the Jets get obviously pick 11. They get 129.
129.
They get 157. The Vikings get pick 10, and they get 203. So they're not getting a ton. But again, if the Jets aren't going to go ahead and get JJ McCarthy, and they get a couple extra picks at that point. Basically, they're getting a 4th and a 5th, and they're giving up a 6th. That's what the difference is.
Yeah. Well, when you go, oh, I'm going to draft an offensive line guy, and the team that obviously wants a quarterback is going to trade up with me, and I get more picks.
Yeah,
Sold.
go for it. Go for it. It's not a lot, but like I said, it's not. I've seen a lot worse. It makes sense. You're only giving up 1, and it's like I said, it's got to be. It's got to be JJ McCarthy here. Who would have thought he'd last till 10? I didn't think he'd last this long. I really did. I thought somebody would trade down and get him.
I'm not surprised.
Like I said, I don't think he's that good. I think even 10 is early for him. Don't get me wrong, but I think there's something going down. He's not that good.
I mean, everyone's QB hungry right now, but there's also, I should say, everyone, there's a lot of teams out there that are QB hungry that are probably going to try to put a run on QBs, which you're going to take the talent earlier than you need to be.
Connor says, I'm pissed now. I can't watch Penix Jr. play. You can still watch him play.
You just got to watch him on, NFL Network or Red Zone or, go to Atlanta.
I can't believe that bullshit. I really can't. That's just utter. Like way to really help Kirk Cousins. Imagine being Kirk Cousins right now, how you must feel. You sign this big,
I mean, Kirk Cousins is how old? 36? Could be 37.
It doesn't matter. This is probably, let's be honest, this is probably your last stop.
You're right. But you signed 4 years, just like 2 years, right? So 38, 39 years old after 2 years, possibly 41 in that ballpark. And you're drafting your replacement. Like, if anything, he might be looking at this as a coaching opportunity. Like, he may have interviewed, which right before they picked Penix Jr., he may have interviewed with the fact knowing that we're going to look at a quarterback in this draft. And if it's there, we're going to take it. It's like, you are going to be the mentor.
I would be.
So who knows? Like
this is my last shot to win a goddamn ring, and you're picking my successor. The very first chance you get.
But you're just
live it.
But if you go to the interview process, and they say, "Hey, by the way, we know your age. You're looking for retirement in the next 2 to 4 years. We want you to train your replacement, and we may talk about, depending on how you do, about a coaching job afterwards."
You know what though?
Are you gonna be that pissed if they take it?
That's not my issue. My issue is the very first pick where they can go ahead and get. They could have gotten Roma Dunze. They can go ahead and get whatever defensive player they want. They could have helped made that team better. Help make that team better around him. Give him a better chance to win a championship. And what they do, they draft his successor. I'd be goddamn livid if I'm Kirk Cousins right now. Now, don't get me wrong. When Kirk Cousins is upset, he's probably like, gee willikers, gosh darn.
Yeah. Oh, hamburgers.
It's just, like I said, to me, it's a dick move. I said, maybe there was that conversation that we don't know, but I still think,
I think at his age, that conversation was in talks when he interviewed, saying, "Hey, like, just so you know, like, obviously you're not going to be here as a franchise quarterback. We want to set up this team as the team to be good for years to go." And they had the business conversation. They had that talk with Kirk Cousins, knowing the fact that you're going to hire a replacement. Like, if you're 70 years old, you start a new job at a different company, doing what you do now, and they say, "Hey, we're going to bring a young guy in, but we want you to train him. We know you're retiring in a couple of years to be replaced."
But it's not. But
are you going to be pissed? No, you're just like, "All right, here we go."
But the analogy doesn't work because of the world that we're in. It's a different thing. When you're in football, you have a legacy to think about. You want to win things. There's championships at that point.
But let's be real. Let's be real.
Like, put it this way. Like, let's say you're saying business-wise. Let's say you're a NASCAR driver and you're about to retire. And I can go ahead and get you a brand new pick crew that's going to help.
You're in a
I'm just saying. That's the analogy. Yeah, I'm going to get you a team sport. Brand new pick crew that's going to help you. or I can go ahead and draft a replacement. I got your replacement. Screw it.
Well,
That's
there's
what
a
I feel like.
difference. There's a difference. NASCAR is a single sport like that. If you talk about soccer, you talk about basketball, you talk about it's different.
I
NASCAR,
understand, but I'm just saying that's more the analogy. I feel like because it's like
NASCAR now.
you had a chance to help him succeed in Atlanta for his years here or there by getting him a top flight receiver, whoever you deem is the best defensive player in the entire draft, and you draft his replacement.
What?
Is this selection's coming? This selection. I got him walking up to the podium with some family.
Yeah.
Here we go. We're going for it. I love that sound. Every time. All right. Let's see what they got. Oh, I thought they'd be going quicker.
Blah, 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 blah.
Don't go blah, blah, blah. It's a military thing.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. It's the family
I'm
of
blind
a,
and I
of a
can't hear
military
it because I don't want to
person
get
who
kicked off YouTube.
It's a family of some military person who died. I don't know the whole story. I don't pretend to know that.
I had no idea. I apologize. I'm a jerk.
Dakota's just playing the noise again. He's trying to get you. Don't get it kicked off YouTube.
JJ McCarthy.
We knew it. JJ McCarthy. We knew it was going to be him.
Yeah. He's like,
so I guess
I
the
didn't get picked by the
is,
Giants.
What do we think? I guess the question is, what do we think of Bo Nix?
Yeah.
There goes JJ. There he goes.
There
he goes from being the guy who
JJ walking down the podium singing, "Do a diddy diddy dum." Did he go to Minnesota?
Moving from Michigan to Minnesota, it's almost the same.
Just an MI to an MA.
Every single quarterback NFL on their draft coverage is saying this is basically the equivalent of Alex Smith. It's like not everybody's Alex Smith. Stop that. You want to see JJ McCarthy's best move? I'm going to show you. Watch. So he hands the ball off. Oh my god, it's crazy. This whole draft has gotten a little crazy here with the quarterbacks. I thought JJ would go very quickly. I thought somebody would fall in love with him and just trade up whatever they had to do to get him.
I mean,
the Vikings played
sports media have only slobbed on that pickle.
I know
of his for the past 2 months.
Yeah, the Monica Lewinsky Network.
It was all over his jersey.
And I'm still like, he's not that good. I'm sorry. I can't get past a quarterback that does less than 200 yards per game on a regular basis. Like, I'm sorry. I can't.
Oh, we got behind Dan Jones last year, didn't we?
We thought he was going to be better. Oh, my God. Connor says, if we aren't getting Penix or JJ or Drake, then don't get a quarterback. Get other picks so we could use Daniel and Drew Lock and Cutlets till next draft. It depends on who they like, man. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, how's the quarterback class coming up next year?
Not that good. Not that good.
So do you take a chance late? Like I said, you get Knicks in the 3rd round.
I look at it and go, well, Knicks in the 3rd round would be freaking amazing. First off, we can get him. I'd be very happy. The 3rd round, goddamn. But I think what's going to end up happening is, anybody who didn't. I mean,
you take this many quarterbacks this early, you're going to drop off the taper, and not many teams out there are going to need that big of a quarterback.
Dakota says unsubscribing. Bye bye.
I mean, who else needs quarterback out there? You got the Raiders.
We're your favorite Giants podcast. You know it, damn it.
Yeah. He always
Who else drinks whiskey and talks about the draft?
I do.
Where's your whiskey?
Oh, I gotta go get some.
All righty, but
The Jets pick.
the Jets are, like I said, it's got to be an offensive lineman here, guys. It's got to be.
I think.
It's really got to be. And I think it's too big for any of the guys who are like the draft kind of guys right now. Like the Graham Bartons and those kind of guys is too early for. It's like I said, it's got to be Tulisi Fuaga. It's got to be. It's kind of crazy though. If we think about it, what do we say was going to happen? We said the Vikings would trade up and go ahead and get JJ McCarthy. They technically did, and then we said
thought it was going to be a little sooner.
No, but I'm saying like this is making more of our picks right.
Yeah, I mean the only thing is
order
we thought
was
it
wrong.
would move up in the top. Yeah, we thought it would move up before the Giants probably, or even 7. But there you go, straight up one spot, and the pick is in.
Let's see.
I've not won a playoff game since 2010. God loves the Jets.
Here comes Goodell. Here comes Goodell with a green card.
Fashion new Penn State.
There we go.
People don't know, but that's actually Drew burping that we've recorded.
Yeah, exactly. Spectacular.
It was after a 6-pack of a hard night.
Olu Fashanu out of Penn State. Woo. Good luck with that one.
Say that 5 times fast.
Jet fans. Olu Fashanu. I can say it 5 times fast.
You didn't get there. You were close.
That's because I had whiskey in me now. Anyway.
Sure. Blame the whiskey.
Like I said, I'm not a fan of Olu Fashanu. I'm sorry. I'm still not. I don't think he looked that great in college. PFF agreed with us, didn't like his grade too much. He got a 78, which again, 78 is not bad, but it's not top 10 pick or 11 pick now for him.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah, it's not top half of the first draft kind of selection. It's not. Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of it. Like I said, I think Tulisi Fuaga was the better player.
Jets.
Someone's gonna get him.
Jets moves is what's right there.
Yep, exactly. This is definitely a Jets type of move at that point there.
Look at that bling.
Look at that bling.
Takes a lot of balls to show up to Detroit looking like that.
So now we get the Broncos on the board.
What do you think, Broncos? The QB?
Do you think they go Bo Nix? Is Bo Nix going here? So we can have another quarterback.
Listen, they're all doing the good QB run. Let's go.
Give it the quarterback shuffle. Oh my gosh. It's crazy. I mean, how many people we have going here with this? It's like, I mean, part of the problem is if they don't go Bo Nix, hypothetically, then the Raiders can go Bo Nix.
That's what I'm saying. Who else needs a quarterback out there? Like, definitely the Raiders.
The pick is already in. That's really it. That's really it. It's like down to us, the Broncos, and the Raiders need a quarterback. And some teams now, like the Falcons, have extras. Assholes.
Leave
it to the Falcons to pick like top half of the first round twice in a row and pick players they didn't even need.
Yeah.
Connor says there'll be 6 quarterbacks in the first round. What's the record? I had to look that one up, to be honest with you. Most QBs taken in the first round. Let's see.
10.
We know there's been 5 before because 21 had been 5, I think. But yeah, 6, and that's the 1983 draft. That'd be crazy if it was a 1983 draft already.
Yeah, right.
1983 draft was like John Elway, Jim Kelly, Dan Marino. I mean, like that's like some of the best quarterbacks to ever play this game. So,
Well, I mean,
yeah, 6 is the record. So we're already at 5, guys. We can see one more picked. Dakota says
said
you're
first
welcome
10,
for
right?
saying
So
6
then,
now.
son,
I was already
this is
looking
pick
up
6.
Dakota. Sorry. Good to see you. Appreciate the help though. Yeah, that's it. Need one more. So if one more quarterback goes in the first round,
Oh,
we've
first
already
round. Okay.
broken. Yeah, then we've already tied the record for most quarterbacks taking the first round of a draft. And the scary thing is, we did that within the first 8 picks, or 10 picks. Sorry,
10.
you were 10.
Yeah. Well, 9 technically, right?
That's pretty crazy. One more to tie the record. Here we go. Pick is in with the Broncos. Are we going to break the? Are we going to tie the record? Are we going to tie the record? Bo Nix coming.
Bo Nix, Bo Nix, Bo Nix, Bo Nix, Bo Nix.
Why are they talking about Neil Diamond, by the way? NFL, the network's talking about Neil Diamond for some reason.
That's a good question.
It's like, what? They have nothing
They
else
got nothing better to talk about.
You got to wonder if they're going to do it because they need a quarterback so bad, dude. So bad. I mean, they're desperate for a quarterback. They traded for Zach Wilson.
I was about to say, you traded Wilson for Wilson.
But look at Brock Bowers dropping like we talked about. Remember, we talked about that on the show. I said Seattle. I got him dropping down to. People are scared to take a really high pick on a tight end. You could go right now. If they don't like Bo Nix, they're going to take the best player available potentially, which would be Brock Bowers. But unfortunately for tight ends, it hasn't been a very productive thing to take tight end, the first round. It's one of the worst positions to take as far as hit percentage. So,
yeah.
Let's see. The room does not look happy in the Bronco room. Look at the Bronco war room here. The war room on the NFL Network. And they don't look happy. Like, God damn it, we couldn't get a quarterback. Damn you, Falcons.
Roger Goodell's like, do I really have to make this announcement?
Again, I mean, you got so many players who you still could take. The Broncos have a lot of holes, though. They really do.
Yeah.
But the biggest one, obviously, is quarterback now. And there's no quarterback that I could see them taking right now that makes sense. Unless they trade back. And they're not going to trade back. The pick is in. The pick is in, guys.
Bo Nix, he's gone.
I heard it. Turn your TV down.
No, I said that.
Yeah. So Bo Nix goes to the Broncos. We're 12 picks in. We've selected 6 quarterbacks. That's insanity, man. Absolutely insanity. 6 picks, 6 quarterbacks picked in 12 picks. And the Giants officially don't have a quarterback to pick. Oh my god. Gosh.
On that note,
we have to trade up in the first round to get Spencer Rattler. Is that what we're down to?
That would be terrible.
I mean, I don't think anybody saw this run on quarterbacks happening. This is crazy. Crazy, man.
I mean, I did say there's going to be a run of quarterbacks.
This early? You thought 6 quarterbacks would go with the first 12 picks?
No, my God. 50% of this pick so far is QBs. Nuts.
That's insane, man. You would have told me Bo Nix would go at the 12th pick of the draft. The 12th pick. Like if Sean Payton reached any more, they'd be calling him Inspector Gadget right now.
Yeah.
And with the 13th pick in the NFL draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select Spencer Rattler, South Carolina.
Oh my God, that'd be
now
ridiculous.
Yeah, the pick's already in for Vegas, by the way, guys. Pick's already in. I'm seeing on because I'm on NFL.com while also watching the NFL Network. So pick's already in. I got to think again.
Smart
Maybe
move.
I'm biased here because I said that Jets would take him early. I think it's got to be Tulisi Fuaga because they lost some offensive linemen this past year. The Raiders did, including obviously Jermaine Illuminor to the Giants here, but they've lost some players, guys, and they got holes in the offensive line, and they need to fill them. They need to fill them. This is a guy who can play guard extremely well. Some teams think he can play tackle. Some people think his arms are too short to play tackle. To me, I'm not a fan of the arms are too long or arms are too short. They said about Rashawn Slater. Remember when he was getting drafted back in, was it 19? I want to say, or was it 20? I'm trying to remember. It was the Kadarius Toney draft.
20. 19.
But yeah, I caught him talking about that with him, and he was too short arms. He had to be a guard and blah blah blah. And he's been a freaking spectacular left tackle for the Chargers.
Yeah, it's like one of those tricky things. Like, if you know how to play with what you got, the size doesn't make a difference that much. Is it easier if you have longer arms? Statistically, yes, but sometimes when those short arms come in the middle like this, and you're like you make faster contact.
I just think you got to go ahead and give the guy a shot and see what he can do and take it from there. You can't make a decision before you actually get him into your camp and see what he can do.
100%.
Whether that's the rookie camp or the mini camp, whatever the case may be. What about this? How about this one? What would be more of an old school Raiders move than getting Brian Thomas Jr. and getting that speedster wide receiver? Picking him way too early. That'd be such a Raider move.
Brock Bowers.
Here we go. Goodell's coming. Goodell is coming.
Brock Bowers.
Here we go. There it is. You're right. Brock Bowers, Georgia. And they went BPA. They went. Yeah, I got to say, this is the smart move of the Raiders to a certain degree, because they took the best player available, regardless of need. So they replaced Darren Waller. As Jake says, he wants Thomas Jr. for his Bills. He's a big Bills fan there. I don't know if he follows that far. We'll see. It depends how many more quarterbacks are taken at this point.
Yeah.
Luckily, we've run out of teams that need a quarterback, so I think we're safe. I think we've run out of teams that need a quarterback, so
perfect. All right. Ugh. I will be right back.
All righty. So we got Nolans, I believe, is up now, right? Yeah, Nolans is on there next. And they need offensive. He says for Roberto Drew likes to have delayed reactions after the pick is in. Listen, I'm on streaming. I can only do what I can do based on what I got here, guys. But yeah, New Orleans Saints are up on there. They got to go offensive line. They have so many issues with an offensive line. It's not even funny. They got a top end receiver already. They have a quarterback, so we'll have to pick one of those. I just look at this draft, and again, I know I said it for the Raiders as well, but Tulisi Fuaga, I would think it'd be the pick potentially. Unless they don't like him and they want to go with Troy Butanu or Jordan Morgan, or take a chance on Mims, the tackle from Georgia that just hasn't played a lot, but has got a lot of physical tools people like. Yeah, it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting, that's for sure. As Connor says, got to give it to Shane for not picking quarterback. They must really think that Daniel will get better. I don't think that still. I don't really think that. I think they didn't want to stretch and reach. And I think a lot of these picks for these quarterbacks have been reaches. I really do. A lot of guys, these guys had second year on grades on these guys, and they're drafting them in the top 10, top 12. You kidding me? You're reaching. You don't succeed in the NFL by reaching. You succeed by making smart moves that make sense and letting the draft come to you. And I understand it's quarterback. It's the one position that you either got or you don't got. But you can't take like Bo Nix at number 12 at that point. You can't take, Michael Penix at 8 when you already have a quarterback locked in for the next 2 years. Like, these are just stupid moves, honestly. These are just dumb moves here, guys. This is the kind of move that gets somebody fired. Point blank. Later on when defenses fail at Atlanta because they're missing a good pass rusher they could have gotten in the first round, or Denver has Bo Nix fail miserably. And again, it's not fair on Bo Nix. He's not a top 12 player. He's a second round quarterback. Again, if you watch him, if you watch the way he played at Oregon, he's a check down king. These guys got yak yardage. There's Troy Franklin and these guys. They were yak yardage guys. He's not that good. You might as well kept Russell Wilson. Otherwise, you're just paying tons of money for him to leave for nothing, and to go ahead and draft a young check down guy. I don't get it. That makes no sense whatsoever. You can't be that desperate for a player. You just go ahead and draft a quarterback at random like that. But yeah, let's see who the Saints got here. We're still on commercial break here on the NFL Network there. But if you look at what they need, it's offensive line, guys. We have Ryan Ramchek's got the knee issue. Trevor Penning's been struggling pretty mightily there for them. They need a guy to play tackle. And like I said, it depends on what they think as far as who can play tackle, because again, a lot of these guys that we have that are top guys left, they're guys that are tackles, but a lot of the NFL teams think they'll be guards. So we'll have to see what they can do in the NFL. And it's a matter of who do the Saints think can play tackle? Who do the Saints think legit can play tackle? I think there's gonna be a run on tackles pretty soon. I really do.
I think so.
We're getting into that area that people just don't look for quarterbacks anymore. We're running out of quarterbacks, and there's a lot of good tackles here.
Connor, I think you're right too. I think Drew likes to have the delayed reactions.
I don't like to have the delayed reactions. I'm on a delayed reaction. If you tell me cue the sound, listen, if you tell me cue the sound, I will cue the sound. And then you can tell everybody who the pick is. Because you're ahead of me. Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Stepping to Slim Jim.
I better ask which one if you're going Kool-Aid or Slim Jim, but I know it's Slim Jim now.
Well, that's why you got the flex with it, too.
Exactly.
Ooh, yeah.
Otherwise, you can do a break through a wall. So we never talk about Kool-Aid.
Yeah. Arms up. Oh, yeah. Kool-Aid. Oh, yeah. Slim Jim.
Pick is in, by the way, guys. For the Saints, pick is in. I still think it's got to be offensive line. It's just a matter of which one they like. What are you laughing at? What they say?
Dakota saying play the sound, but it's not up there yet.
No, he wants you to play the sound on the thing so we get booted off of YouTube. I'm on to him. I'm going to get booted off of YouTube. I'm playing the sound.
Then how are your shenanigans going to go live, Connor? Dakota, like if you're just going to sit there and tell me
Connor Dakota.
Troll.
Canada.
Canada. Ooh, oh my God. You guys have a kid.
Combine them. Just combine them. What is this? My favorite Zen is wintergreen.
Oh, the burp.
Oh, he says it does sound with burp. Everybody loves the sound with the burp. Come on, that's spectacular. I thought you had a button. No, it's a screen button we got to hit here. It's a screen we got to hit there. I don't know if you can hit. Can you hit it on your end? You're signed in as us, aren't you?
No.
Okay.
I'm on a different laptop today. The pick is in.
Is he mocking my slurring?
Seven pickle.
Just for that, it's time for more screwball.
Yeah.
That stuff is good, by the way. You ever had that?
It's too sweet for me. I like peanut
love-
butter. I like whiskey.
I love anything sweet. I don't know why. I'm weird. I swear I eat like somebody who should be diabetic. Now that I wish that
Diabetes is
upon
just
myself,
fine.
it sounds bad. Diabetes. Need some test strips. It's funny. Sleep apnea and diabetes. Put me in my grave now, people. What the hell?
All right, cue it in. The pick is
Already got
in.
the high
Riddell's
cholesterol.
walking out.
He said that's not whiskey. This is clearly whiskey. It says whiskey with natural flavors.
It's
right
a whiskey
on the bottle.
liqueur.
Right on the bottle.
Whiskey liqueur. But the pick is in. Ring the sound.
There we go. I'm going for it.
And the selection is Fagola, Oregon State.
Fagola. You mean Tulisi Fuaga out of Oregon State. You were close. Good job. Like I said, that's a steal for where they got it. If you think about it, they got what we had listed as the second best tackle in the draft, and they got him fourth. That's not too shabby.
Yeah, that's a solid move. That's definitely what they needed to help Derek Carr not die
and keep his shoulder in one piece, hopefully.
Yeah.
Dakota says, I'd rather have Jameson and a zebra cake. Well, I haven't had a zebra cake in forever. That taste sounds good right now. You know what I can really go for? You know, I could really go for an oatmeal cream pie.
It was really funny because when I first heard that, I was thinking he meant Jameson Winston, the quarterback that was the backup over there.
I thought the same thing too. You gotta
I
specify.
had to read it. He's talking about your crappy whiskey.
Yeah. Oh God, crappy whiskeys. Wow. Shots fired. Jake says Colts get whoever they like best at defensive back. And yeah, that's definitely gonna be the case here.
Yeah,
I can pretty much guarantee you a corner is coming off the board right now. So, and that's what makes sense to do.
You say
if I remember correctly, and again, if somebody wants to correct me, go ahead if I'm wrong. But I think Terry and Arnold out of Alabama is who we had selected for them to pick.
I think so.
Even though we liked Quinion Mitchell out of Toledo better. I'm pretty sure Arnold was the pick we have there. So we might get our first defensive player.
Maybe.
Yeah.
We shall see.
Connor says, I don't know why a lot of these guys don't look as tall as they say they are. Back in the 80s, guys didn't need pads. They were already built like huge houses.
Maybe you were checking out guys in the 80s?
Oh, stop. But I'm 6'7". I look 6'7" on TV. I mean, I'm on your TV right now. Or your phone or your laptop, whatever. I don't know what you're watching, but do I look 6'7"?
Well, you're also sitting down in a computer chair.
Yeah, but Goodell is tall.
He is. Isn't he like 6'4"?
As I'm saying, he's a bigger guy. I don't remember his exact size here. I'm going to look it up right now. Height. Roger Goodell height. I'm Googling it. He's got height weight also. Okay, he's only 5'11". I take it back. Why am I thinking he's tall?
Way off. Steven,
by the way, God damn, I just saw his age. How old do you think Roger Goodell is?
He's pushing 70, isn't he?
Yeah, he's 65. I didn't think he was that old. Kudos to him. I thought like late 50s.
He's got all these young bucks picking him up, tossing him around.
Seriously. So I did not think he was that old. I really didn't. Kudos to him on that. I guess, it's true. Money can buy you a life. He makes a shitload of money. Let's be honest here. That man makes a ton of money.
Oh, yeah.
Connor says, yes, you do look tall, Drew, and fat too. JK, I'm fat too, but I'm not ugly like Dakota. Wow.
He got up through the comments.
He called me fat. Mean. I have feelings.
And why's got arrested something, right?
If you prick me, do I not bleed? I don't know. Someone prick me. We'll find out.
Yeah. Yeah.
I bled. I bled. Dakota says, I don't need strippers, Connor. Who doesn't need strippers? Let's go for it.
Listen,
By the way,
either.
By the way, Dakota, if you haven't realized, Rob has not released 14 buttons.
That is correct. Did a whole.
Oh my gosh. Craziness, guys. Craziness, guys. Oh my gosh. Let's see who we got here. Connor says, if we prick you, gravy will come out. It's possible. It's possible. Now the big thing is what kind of gravy?
Italian gravy? Like, is that the red
sauce?
I
was about to say. We're talking the red sauce. Are we talking? Oh, Connor, stop. We're not doing those comments. All right, let's see here. It's got 2 minutes left. Is the pick even in? Pick is in. Okay.
I was about to say, I don't see the time clock.
Pick just got in according to my phone, but according to my screen here, pick's been in for a second. So Seattle's finally on the clock here. Dakota says, Connor took my order at Checkers yesterday. I've still never been to a Checkers, by the way. It is based out of. Connor, stop. Too much. Too much, Connor. I don't want to go with those kind of jokes. When people think we're anti people's life choices. You do what you want with your life. They are who they are. Let them be. All right, let's see here. Colts. So who are you thinking here? You thinking it's Arnold? You thinking it's Mitchell?
I'm gonna go Mitchell.
They did something crazy like Kool-Aid. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Hands up.
We went from the Kool-Aid man to Randy Savage here within 5 minutes.
No, the other way around, but yeah. Down.
Yeah, whatever.
Randy Savage. You got to flex.
Same thing. Let's see. Pick is in. Come on, Pick. Let's go. I love how, like, when you go to the draft, they're like, they show the random one fan wearing the hat. Here's a Colts fan. Look, they exist.
You're right.
I think the draft needs to come back to New York. How about you?
100%.
Like, it's not fair that we lost the draft and Indy didn't lose the combine. That to me is not fair at all.
The pick is in. That too. UCLA. Huh? That's you.
Oh, they went edge, huh?
Yeah.
They went edge. Latu. This guy, okay, guys, we talked about this guy during our pre-draft profiles here. I think he is potentially the best edge rusher in this draft. He's the first defensive player taken overall. He is a guy who literally was taken out of football a couple of years ago for medical reasons there. And
yeah, crazy story.
The guy just gets to the quarterback, guys. He gets now we still had Dallas ahead of him there. But I think if I remember right, we had him number 2 overall.
Yeah, I believe so.
And yeah, Deb, we're not having any of those. I said that to Connor. Yeah. Oh, actually, we did have number 1. Actually, we did have him in front of Dallas. We're getting validated with a lot of the choices we've made with our
Yeah, the biggest concern with him is like his medical history.
Yeah,
but
that's the big thing.
It seems like obviously, like everything's been clearing. Like he's obviously healthy.
Yeah, we've literally had 23.5 sacks from him in the last 2 years at UCLA,
which is crazy.
So he played 19 and 20 in Washington, had the medical issues, and then No, Connor, what do you think going to have it, man? It's not a trigger room. It's a matter of that's just no.
It's called respect.
Yeah, we're gonna be respectful, everybody, man. We can make jokes.
We'll talk about the dick and fart jokes all day long.
Yeah.
Even though that's
but yeah,
kind of hand in hand, but whatever.
23 and a half sacks. The guy's been a beast the last couple of years. And I think that in the end, that's a good pick. As long as he stays healthy, it's a good pick, guys. But I still think the pick for them should have been corner because they just have so much issues. But it's like at the same point, you help the corner when you can get to the quarterback.
Yes.
So interesting though. Like literally got the first overall pick in the draft as far as defense wise, coming at pick 15. We went about halfway through the first round before a defensive player was selected. And it's definitely not the player that most people thought it was going to be. I don't think people thought it was going to be. We didn't thought it was going to be a corner. You know, but I think most people would have said Dallas Turner before Latu. We said even on the preview when we talked about the edges that you could have seen somebody taking like Jared Verse ahead of him. Again, because of the injury concerns. That's what it boils down to. But yeah, I said, as long as he's healthy, this is a good one. This is a good one. Yeah, Jake said earlier, he said that. He's like, her rumblings Turner would fall. Teams were not that high on him. I think the problem is, honestly, part of this is that it's not a good year for edge rushers. It's really not. No. Like, there's some guys you see some, promise in. There's some guys you see potential in. But it's hard to draft potential in the first round, especially that right around that mid-first round, like we're talking here right now, This is like, when you're taking 15th overall, you want a guy you know can do it and you've seen him do it.
100%.
And this is just, like I said, it's just like I said, it's a crazy move. Hey, Connor, I see the comment. You're not going to leave, dude. We're just saying. Keep it respectful, everybody, man. That's all we're saying.
You can comment, but you can make any comments you want. This is America. You say what you want. We're just not going to just sit there and boast about what you said.
But yeah, anyway, this is like I said. They're done. Seattle's now on there. And you know what's crazy is I want to say it was the ESPN's mock draft. I saw them taking Arnold, the corner out of Alabama. And they were saying, oh, it makes no sense. I know they just drafted 2 corners the last 2 years and have both done very good. But this is what Seattle does. Seattle takes the best player available. They have that mentality when they draft.
The thing is, they do. The only thing I'm intrigued about is this is the first year without Sneaky Pete in how long? Just like we talked about the Patriots,
but it's still the
how they draft, and it's
still the same GM.
It is.
Most consecutive offensive players selected. We just totally trashed that record, by the way, guys. Trash that record. It's insanity.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you gotta have. I think the first corner could come off the draft here at this point. There, I'm trying to think who else makes sense right now for them. I mean, let's see. The pick is in already, by the way. That's how quick they made it. So obviously they like somebody pretty much in this whole thing.
Or they just like to get things moving along.
Seattle top needs, according to NFL.com, defensive line, linebacker, offensive line, and tight end. So, yeah, I mean, you got some guys here available, that's for sure. But do you go defense? Do you try to go ahead and fix the line at this point still? They just drafted a couple of tackles there already. So you got to think they're going guard at that point. Would you go with a Graham Barton? Is it too early for Graham Barton? Is it too early for Jackson Powers Johnson? We had Jackson Powers Johnson going to, I want to say, the Cowboys. I can't remember who we had picking Barton. Oh, it's the Dolphins to pick Barton in our mock. We had them both going kind of late first round.
Oh, I mean, we've been pretty solid with this draft, but some of these picks have been a little wacky. I don't know.
Some of them have been. They really have. That's we were at least right on the right side of the ball for for the Colts to go ahead and take a. We said to take a defensive player, but I still can't believe they didn't take a corner. Like, imagine having the biggest weakness in your team and you having the ability to take literally anybody you want
And you take
for your biggest weakness, and you go like, I guess I'm okay where I'm at.
Well, because I feel like they see the writing on the wall. Like, you're probably going to get high caliber cornerbacks in the second round.
Yeah, I mean, it's possible. I mean, it is a deep draft for corners. We talked about that. There's a lot of them. But if you get the chance to take the top one, and that's your biggest weakness, to me, you got to take it. I think that could very well be a mistake for the Colts. It all depends on how good Arnold and Mitchell do once they get drafted, and start playing next year. And also how Latu plays at that point. If he has an injury issue with his neck, because I think it was a neck, if I remember right, this injury. If he has an injury with that and can't play, that's just, and that's going to kill that pick right there. So, but I got to imagine if they were interested in him, they were interested from the get-go, and they just did probably a ton of work on his medical. They had to have. They had to have people looking at his medical files like you wouldn't believe. You can't make that kind of investment and not do that.
You have to. You're 100% right. You have to.
Yeah. Otherwise, you're just a moron. Absolute.
You could be.
Could be a moron. Who knows?
Yeah. Don't judge.
Who knows? So, here we go. We got the
picks are in.
Caleb Williams highlights. They love to show. Pick. And that's what I'm saying. Pick is in. We're waiting. I mean, they got, Devin Witherspoon last year. People thought they already had a good corner. They didn't need him, but they got him. They got Jackson Smith and Jigba last year. They already had two good wide receivers. Everybody thought they didn't need one of those. Like I said, they take best player available. So we're about to find out who they think is the best player available. Let's go.
Let's effing go.
I think once you get to the second half, they should cut it down to 5 minutes.
Right?
You realize we're only halfway through.
I know. This is terrible.
Not even.
It's not terrible.
This pick is going to make it halfway through. It's going to be a 4-hour thing. It's going to stop at midnight. That's insanity.
That's what happened last year.
I know, but it's like if you want people, like NFL's going to realize if you want families, if you want this to be a family event where people just grow up watching the draft, this is a normal thing to watch the draft, you should start this 7 o'clock. You should cut it down to like 7 minutes, not 10. And you'll have it done 7 to 10 o'clock or something like that.
When you start at 8 o'clock over here, you're starting at 5 o'clock in California.
Screw California.
So
seriously, I'm not trying to be a jerk about it, but they're used to getting screwed time-wise. That's just the way it is.
Hey, listen, I'm not upset. Like, I would love to be a football fan out in like San Diego or something. Oh, I get to start watching football at 11 a.m. I'm done by 8.
You know what? I thought about it. We were in Hawaii a couple of years ago, and I was like, "Oh, hold on a second. The 1 o'clock game here would start at 7 o'clock in the morning."
It's different. Why? It's a big difference.
I'm just saying, like that's like chaos. Imagine 7 o'clock.
You're drinking coffee, watching
wake
football.
up at 6 and start watching football.
Oh, the pick was in. The pick is in. Byron Murphy, the second.
Maybe Kona coffee. You gotta wait till I play the sound. Now you can say it. Go for it.
Oh, Byron Murphy, the second, Junior, if you will,
Esquire, Texas. He's a good player, though.
Yeah.
He's a good player. That's a good pick.
Tackle.
I'm glad for that they didn't go corner again because that'd been crazy. Like I said, I couldn't believe ESPN was talking about them possibly doing that. Now Jacksonville comes up, and guess what they need?
A corner. It's a corner.
Oh my gosh, Jacksonville just moved up again Jacksonville. I'm sorry, Minnesota just moved up again. Minnesota and Jacksonville made a trade. Let's see. Do. Trying to hear this trade here. I still got the sound in my head, even though I know we made ours close, but not quite close.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm just like refreshing until I hear the deals on what was given up in this trade. Who they want, I wonder. Like, do they want to go ahead and get Dallas Turner? Do they want a corner? That's just, it's getting a little crazy. So NFL.com had their needs as offensive line, wide receiver, and defensive line. The pick is already in too, so they were pretty quick. Obviously, if you trade for the pick, you know exactly who you want. Good for them.
Yeah,
make your pick, and move on.
And don't waste our clock. Do it.
Yes, exactly. Okay. Dallas Turner. It's Dallas Turner.
You got that? You got that already? Goddamn.
That's what I'm seeing. Kyle Yates on Twitter saying it. Let's see. The Jaguars.
Walk out.
The Jaguars get the 23rd pick. They get a 5th round pick. They get a 3rd and 4th next year. That's not a bad one if you don't care about a lot of the guys you get. If you only got a couple people you're interested in, that's not so bad. I could definitely see that as being a good pick there for them. Again, it depends what you think of Dallas Turner. Apparently, some guys are, as Jake was saying, is pretty low.
Dallas Turner is 100%. Watching it go through.
I already told you who it was. I was already on this. Jump on this.
He's got like a key lime pie colored suit.
Oh, does he? I haven't seen that yet.
I know, you're just reading Twitter. I'm watching it. Oh, he's got it. Oh,
he does. That's a key lime pie suit he's got on there.
Right?
And yeah.
With a nice orange tie. That works.
The girl next to him also had that. Yeah. I kind of like it though.
Yeah, I do. I even like his Converse to go with it.
I don't like the Converse. No, the Chuck Taylor's kick. Got to go.
I'm okay with that.
So obviously they lost Danielle Hunter over to the Texans this offseason, so they're looking for somebody to replace that kind of output. But obviously Dallas Turner, I'm sorry, he's not going to be a guy who does 17 sacks in a season. Like you didn't replace that. Wow. So it's funny, they lose their quarterback and their top edge rusher in the offseason. And what do the Vikings do? They draft a quarterback and a edge rusher.
Interesting.
Like, I understand moving away from Kirk Cousins to a certain degree. I mean, A, he's never going to make you win in the playoffs. That's pretty obvious. But B, on top of that, you got, you got an edge rusher now. It's not as good. I don't know. I would have just paid Danielle Hunter the money and called it a day. Worry about it later on.
Probably right.
Yeah. That's just me. I think it's like 30, 31. He's getting a little up there in age, but he's not up there where he's 35, 36. You got to move on.
He's still young enough. He's like at the prime age.
I say he's in like the latter part of his prime, but he's still in his prime. Yeah. You could have paid him 3-4 years and then figured out in a couple of years what to do. I don't get that part of it. I really don't. But whatever. What do I know? I just do a podcast with you.
Yeah, we just watch this stuff and just talk about this stuff constantly. Look over the numbers. Exactly. Well, I don't know. It's nothing big deal. No. Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see. Let's see who we got here. Because number 18 here. Next up is the Bengals. And the Bengals got to go offensive line too as well. Like they got to go ahead and try to keep. Huh?
Oh, they have to. You got I was saying they had 4.5 minutes. Now it's 4:20 on the clock. They got to go offensive tackle. You just lost the best offensive line coach. You lost some offensive line. Like, yeah, gotta protect, bro. Like, let's come here. Like,
I
he
just think
was
to me, it's
under
like
fire with one of the best offensive line coaches last year.
I just think to me, you go with whoever you think is your top offensive lineman, and you just call it a day. I mean, it could very well be, Jordan Morgan out of Arizona, Troy Fatanu out of Washington, Amarius Mims, who we actually had gone ahead and suggested for him.
Yeah,
That's we mocked
I was gonna
over
say
to them.
Mims.
Yeah. I mean, Mims, the big thing with Mims is he's a right tackle guy. You got, a 1-year deal you signed Troy Brown over to play right tackle for them. So the biggest issue of Mims is he's young and he's raw. So you can go ahead and develop him for a year and then go ahead and sit him at right tackle afterwards. And if you want to play him at guard or something like that, you can do that.
Yeah, definitely.
So like I said, to me that makes a lot of sense. But obviously when we did our mock, some of the other guys weren't available yet. Some of the guys were still available, I should say. So we'll have to see what if they like the guys who were still available better. Do they think Jordan Morgan, for example, is a better player? I mean,
Oh.
what?
Yeah, no. I was just looked up
So,
and I thought they made
and I looked at the screen. It was cheerleaders. I'm like, was that the oof?
Oh my! No, it's just watching J.J. McCarthy getting picked again.
You say Jenny McCarthy got picked?
I said JJ.
Was it by Donnie Wahlberg? He picked her again. Let's see here.
Our draft center will be back in 2.5 minutes when there wasn't that much time left. Was there?
We're still waiting. We're still waiting. The pick is in, though. The pick is in, and the Rams are officially on the clock for the first time, I think, since 2020, 2016.
In the first round.
Or something like that, whatever it was. It's been forever. It's been forever since they picked
the first
in the first
time
round.
Since Sean McVay, or whatever his name is, decided he wanted a first round.
McVay.
McVay.
What I really think is kind of like weird, and this is why I always tell people that people overvalue first round picks and picks in general, is they've been successful. They won a ring without a first round pick.
I mean, also look at the picks last year.
They did very well last year, and they did very well without a first round pick. Again, you don't need a first round pick necessarily. I still think teams that are going to rebuild, or whatever, like let's say hypothetically, like I was like the GM of an expansion team, I just keep trading on back and just go get a whole bunch. Keep trading back and trading back and trading back and trading back, and just go ahead and get a whole bunch of players. And trade them back, and trade them back, and trade them back.
I mean, that's the worst thing too. Like sometimes you're overhyped, over-egoed, and you go in the first round and you think you're going to be this or that. And I mean, what, 40% of those actually make it and have a long career in the NFL? That might be a high estimate.
A decent amount do. And listen, a lot of the guys you get
40%
in the second round
just
are
shy
just
of 50.
successful as the first round.
What?
A lot of them are just successful you get in the second round. Except
that's it. And some in the second round are just as successful as the third round picks. Sometimes you draft the first round and they play like a fourth round.
Yeah. That's true.
So like, I mean,
looking at you,
playing with stocks, you're gambling.
Look at you, Evan Neal.
Yeah. He's playing like a 6th round.
Angel says, y'all think the Giants are going to trade back into the first round? I don't. At this point, there's no quarterback worth trading up for. I think it's the only thing they'd be interested in is a quarterback.
Yeah.
Unless they might think towards the end there's a corner they like or something like that.
I mean, what's the number of our second round pick? They might trade up from there.
It's in the 40s. It's in the 40s. It's not high. So.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's crazy still how many. I can't get over how many of these quarterbacks went so quickly. I did not see that coming at all. I did not. I thought maybe Penix would go mid first round and Bo Nix would maybe go,
Well,
late
I
if
mean, we
somebody
talked
traded
about
back
Penix
up.
possibly going early. Like we talked about how great he was, and when we originally started talking about top flight quarterbacks, he was projected to go like mid second round.
Yeah.
But once the combine came around, and he showed his athleticism and how good he was, and his ability to move around and his clean bill of health. Like
See,
he just
Albert Breer is saying it's going to be Mims. By the way, we'll see if he's right. That's who we had.
And Angel, you're not wrong either. He's going to be up there.
Yeah, it's just by the time Penix starts to be 30. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of people saying.
Yeah, we talked about that earlier in the day. Earlier when he got drafted.
No, I'm saying this. Marius Mims, pick 18 to the Bengals here. We call that one on our mock draft as well. We've been right a lot of the mock picks. It's kind of crazy.
We've been pretty good, pretty solid.
We've been pretty damn good. As I see Goodell to say it now on my side, but yeah, Mims. Again, a really good big player, plays very well, but he just hasn't had a lot of, chances. That's what it boils down to. Talking about a guy who leaves college with a very small resume. Like it's a one pager with no cover letter. So, I mean, he's got 121 snaps played in 21, 383 in 22.
Yep.
297 in 23.
29 career games.
That's all we're looking at, guys. That's it. Like he's basically played 2 years and 3. And that's an issue. Because there's some unknown. There's some stuff he didn't pick up. To give you an idea, Joe Alt did 697 snaps in 23, 885 in 22. That's He did more. Joe Alt did more snaps in 22 than Mims did all his college career, basically. That's not good.
I guess take your shot, right?
Listen, he's big. He's 6'7", 340 pounds. He's got good tape. He just hasn't had, a ton of time to play. And again, you could pop him in. Trent Brown's got a 1-year deal, and that's it. You can pop him in at right tackle the next year. If you think you can go ahead and put him at guard or something potentially and not stun his growth, you might look at doing that for the 1 year. If not, you go ahead and you let him sit for a year. You red shirt him, so to speak, there. And let him go ahead and come back later on. Because, again, he's a player that's got some abilities naturally that some players don't have because of what he's got size-wise. So, all right, we got 3 minutes left, by the way. 3 minutes left on the Rams. They're already on the clock. We had them taking a lot too because we had them wanting to take a somebody who can kind of get the pass rush going at that point and replace him with the loss with Aaron Donald retiring. So obviously we're not right there because they've already Batu's already been taken at that point. But if you look at their needs, they got the defensive line need, obviously. Do they go with somebody to replace Donald? Do they go with a corner perhaps at that point there? They need safety help as well. Corner. It's just like Cooper DeJean. Does he go maybe at that point? So he could play either one potentially. Got a lot of options, guys. A lot of options. Still, as I'm saying, there's still a lot of good players in this draft. That's the thing about this. We talked about this early on.
Taking their time too.
I feel like this is a draft where there wasn't a ton of top end talent. There really wasn't. But what there's a lot of B tier talent, if that makes sense. There's a lot of guys who aren't maybe top end, but there's a lot of really good players. And there's not much willing dealings thought there'd be. Yeah, I thought they'd be a lot more earlier. I'm really still shocked that the Vikings were able to hold on as long as they did to get JJ. I thought they'd get JJ. They wanted JJ. That to me was so obvious, not even funny. I did not think they'd be able to go down just one spot and still get them. That's pretty crazy to me. Especially considering how many quarterbacks went. And I think JJ wasn't even the third quarterback taken. It was Penix.
The time is off the board. Is the pick in?
Let's see. I'm waiting here. I'm waiting. I got it here as Jared Verse coming out. Jared Verse out of Florida State. Let me know if I'm wrong, but that's what it's saying on Twitterland here. Yeah, that's a nice pickup for them because they still went edge, so we're right on where they were going. And Jared Verse is a good edge player, guys. That's a solid pick, especially because you look at the what they lost in Aaron Donald, and you may want to go, okay, well the Rams should go ahead and take a defensive lineman, a guy to replace him at that point. There, first off, you don't replace potentially the best defensive tackle to ever play this game that quickly. But on top of that, they already got Kobe Turner, who did very well and almost won the Rookie of the Year award. He ended up, I think he tied Aaron Donald's record for most sacks as a rookie from the defensive tackle position, if I'm right. But yeah, it's like I said, they already got a guy that's replacing him. Kobe Turner is the new Aaron Donald, basically. Again, I'm not saying he's good as Aaron Donald.
Well, yeah.
Already people complaining on Facebook comparing neighbors to Tony. Listen, what it boils down to is people are always going to complain and I say this myself as somebody who complains about Giant stuff. Giant fans, we love to complain. That's just what we do. And you want to compare him to Tony, you're crazy if you compare him to Tony, because Tony had 1 year he was healthy, and that's it. 1 year.
Was he even the whole year?
That's what it feels. Doesn't feel like it, that's for sure.
There you go, Florida State.
I told you.
Way to ruin it.
That's what I'm here for.
He's a bully.
But you look here's Kadarius Toney. Here's his stats: 900 yards and 984 yards, to be precise. His last year playing in Florida. Okay, he had 1,590 yards in 4 years. So what does that tell you? Average like 200 yards a season prior to that. That's much. It. That's not good, guys. That's something we should have questioned on draft night, to be
terrible.
Honest. I think if you and I were on back then and recording, we probably would have. Hold on a second here, but that we didn't. We didn't end up doing.
Dude spits on fire, but
yeah, Malik Neighbors, meanwhile, 1,500 yards this season, 1,000 yards the year before, 400 his rookie year, his freshman year there over LSU, and again, he's still extremely young. And if I'm reading this correctly, he actually is the leader of receiving yards in LSU history. This is according to Sports Reference here. It's receiving stats of LSU players. That's pretty goddamn impressive. You're beating the guys that were, again, they've had some damn good players. Damn good players come out and play that position at that point. You're talking guys like, Justin Jefferson, Dwayne Bowe, OBJ, Jamar Chase, even his teammate Brian Thomas Jr. at that point. Like, they've had a lot of really, really good receivers come out of that school lately. So people are complaining, ignore them. They're going to complain no matter what.
Yeah.
I think people are really complaining about is Daniel Jones, to be honest, more than anything else. They're looking at the fact that we're going to potentially deal with Daniel Jones as quarterback next year.
Probably.
And that's what they're upset about more than anything else. So they can deal. We're not going to let their negativity spread out into here. We're being positive. Malik Neighbors is going to be a legit talent. I honestly do think that. I tell you guys when I think they made a mistake. I was pretty I think you and I are both pretty low on Eric Gray. We drafted him last year. We turned out to be right on that one.
We're like, who?
We're like, who? Who? We're like doing an hour routine over here.
Yeah. Who does number 2 work for?
Who? But yeah, Steelers are on the board, by the way, guys. We're trying to talk Giants news, but also give you guys the draft picks as they're going there at that point. And I'm trying to keep an eye. I'm kind of refreshing Steelers pick on Twitter. That's how I've been getting my picks early, by the way. So, but I gotta see, the Steelers have been doing pretty good. Somebody just put this tweet up. Steelers got 32 for Chase Claypool. The Bills got 34. I got 42 for Stephon Diggs. They're not wrong. Sorry, Jake, if you're still watching.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Let's see. Come on, Steelers. Make your pick. Make your pick. And they're another team, again, could use a corner. The corners are dropping in this thing. They are dropping. I think we had two already going. We had Arnold going early on to the Colts, and we had Quinn Mitchell going to the Jaguars. Obviously, trades are hard to figure out, so I can't fully blame us on that one there. Yeah. As Jake is there, I think his contract made it to compensation was low. No, I get it. It's just funny because Chase Claypool is a bum. He's a bum and a headache, but they have that knack, the Steelers, of getting rid of mid-round receivers after getting a couple good years of use out of them. They just have that ability. It's like, expiration date. Who wants this? It's on sale.
Get them while they're hot.
It's like this. It's like the day old bread at Walmart.
Oh, jeez.
All right, yeah. Pick is in, by the way, for the Steelers. So we're on with the Dolphins are on the clock now at this point. The Dolphins got to go offensive line. They're going to go offensive line for sure. Pick is in for the Steelers. Troy Fatanu, tackle from Washington, from what I'm seeing, is what it's going to be. That's where I'm seeing. We're still on commercial break on the NFL Network, though.
I was about to say,
I'm breaking it. I'm breaking it. Listen, I'm trying to get people something positive. You get the damn draft picks with us quicker than you get it with
anywhere else.
There we go. No one else is giving you these earlier like this. But yeah, that's what we're looking at. So again, Troy Fatanu is a guy who's kind of, again, a short arm kind of guy at that point. Plays tackle, plays left tackle, especially if, again, keep in mind, playing with Washington with a very, very big up-tempo passing offense. So he's a very good pass blocker there. Makes you wonder what they've got going on in Pittsburgh. Do you think they're going to go ahead and start passing the ball more often? Is there going to be a change?
Well, when you got bigger hands and opportunity hands, you might be able to throw the ball a little more.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at NFL.com said point blank, Steelers got to bring a left tackle to compete with Dan Moore, along with a new starting center, replace Mason Cole they waived, plus they need depth at guard. So yeah, they got spots everywhere they have issues with that offensive line. So Miami Dolphins up next, like I said, they have issues everywhere that offensive line as well. So we'll have to see. They can also go pass rusher. They lost Christian Wilkins in this offseason. Had issues with Phillips and Chubb both being out with injuries there. But they've just lost a ton of issues there with a ton of players there with the offensive line. Plus, they got Terran Armstead, the left tackle, but he's a guy who's been injured left and right. So it make a whole lot of sense to go offensive line. Again, I just don't know we had Graham Barton is who we had them taking. That's who we had the Dolphins taking. So what's crazy is I'm watching on my phone here and they still haven't announced who the pick is for the Steelers. We're already moving on to the Dolphins. We're like, next up.
Which is nuts. Let's keep the clock moving.
Just shows you how much everything is delayed. because everybody's has said it. It's everywhere. It's definitely him. Goodell's just walking up to the podium now.
Yeah, he's at the podium. He's with a dude that has his tie off centered.
Who has an off-center tie? He is have an off-center tie. It's a nice
Right?
color suit he's got on though.
Hey, this is a nice screen.
See? Yeah. Yeah. I don't know who this person is next to him. They said Cam, so somebody named Cam. Could be anybody. There's a lot of Cams. I got you. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Cam Hayward won the Walter Payton Man of the Year award.
Oh, yes.
I forgot that. Yeah. So they got to do that. I wonder, does he go ahead and do the same thing that Dak Prescott did and wear that little patch? Because I've never seen a player wear that patch before, I feel like.
Ooh, maybe.
Is that a new thing?
Starting a new trend. These kids these days.
These whippersnappers with their patches.
Hooligans. Get off my lawn.
When I was your age, the only reason we put a patch on was to quit smoking. Or we had holes in our jeans.
Yeah. Troy.
I already told you. Like 10 minutes ago who it was going to be.
I know.
Oh.
I know.
As long as you know.
I know.
All right. Again, Dolphins up. Let's see. Dolphins pick. I'm looking it up on Twitter for you guys. Twitter seems to know. Dolphins, though, on the clock. Again, it's got to be an offensive lineman here, guys. It's got to be.
It has to be.
I mean, the scary thing is, a lot of them have gone. Let's look at our tackle list. Who's left on tackles? Because I told you they start going. They're going now.
Yeah, well, I mean, we call that before. Like, and when you excuse yourself before, I said in the teens into the 20s, there will be a run on tackles.
Yeah, I mean, do they go Jordan Morgan out of Arizona?
Because Dad brought up, like, do you think Penix Jr. will be available? And I was like, oh, yeah. The who else needs a quarterback? And then Atlanta Falcons.
We talked about it. I said Falcons. I said that earlier in the show. Falcons there was rumors all day long about the Falcons being interested in the quarterback. It leaked today. I think that was their plan all along. It leaked. But yeah, so Jordan Morgan out of Arizona is still available. Tyler Guyton out of Oklahoma is still available. Graham Barton out of Duke is available. Jackson Powers Johnson is still available out of Oregon. So, I mean, I got to think they're going offensive line. They just lost so much on their offensive line this offseason. Plus, I guess, like we said, NFL.com pointed out here on their needs, and they're 100% right. Armstead has been injured for so long now. But then you got the Eagles coming up after that, guys.
The Eagles.
Their geriatric corners, potentially having any corner they want available in this draft at 22. When's the last time pick 22 or 21, even where we're at now, and no corner has been picked yet? That's just insane to me.
Yeah.
It's such a passing league, and no one's got it. With the 21st pick in the NFL draft, let's see. I'm seeing a couple people put a couple things. I don't know what's legit yet, so give me a second and I'll have it. I want to make sure we're right on this. Chop Robinson, Penn State, edge rusher. That's where we're at here. Dum, bad pick. I still understand this. Can you name me one guy who's the last couple of years has been drafted by edge rush position from Penn State that succeeded? Yeah. Yeah.
No clue.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, you can't.
Yeah.
They don't succeed. They just don't. It is what it is. So, let's see. And they always have, it feels like they always have somebody that's like a prospect like that, and they just don't do it. So I'm just, like I said, I'm not gonna hold that hope for anybody from that team until they tell me otherwise.
Watch to be a stud.
Yeah, listen, he's not the worst player in the world. I just don't think he was a first round talent. I thought he was more of a second round talent. My issues with him, my issues really with him overall was just the fact that, you got a guy who's got 5.5 sacks this year, 4.5 the year before, and you're going to give him a first round grade? I'm sorry, you got to do something.
Yeah.
You got to produce to be a first round pick for me. I'm not picking potential like that. That's the standard to me. So let's see. Eagles pick. We're gonna put in. Where you at, Dakota?
He went to sleep. Either that or Connor got some.
It's crazy. I mean, you got all these corners still available at 22. And you got on there, a team basically with geriatric corners now. We talked about it. They just didn't look good last year. I mean, people are passing. We talked about freaking Patriots had 300 yards passing against them.
Yes.
Tyrod Taylor was like an all-pro against them. Like, that's not good. As I lost, I did get it. That's not good.
No.
Huh?
So no. So you lost what? Who? Where?
What? Who? What?
Well, what?
I just think they got to go ahead and take corner here. They gotta.
They have gotten every time their offense was not out there steamrolling another team, they got steamrolled.
Yeah,
it wasn't like they were in a close game. They corner is a big weakness over there because they have let up a lot of big plays last year.
a huge.
And
I don't like the way this actually worked out. I'm not happy at all the way this worked out. I really wish they had gone ahead and, somebody had picked some corners here because I thought there'd be a couple of them gone. I really did. I thought they'd be, going with like the second tier because to me, Arnold and Mitchell are the top ones. And it's pretty obvious that they're probably going to get a corner here. I got to think that. I mean, we're still waiting on the Dolphins to make their pick officially.
Oh, they did.
It's going right now.
Chop Robinson.
Yeah, like I said. I just can't believe. Pick 22. And they literally can have anybody they want at the corner position. That's just insane, guys. Absolutely goddamn insane. Dakota's got to be happy.
I was watching pre-draft. That dude was born at 14 pounds. That poor mother.
Who? Chop Robinson?
Yeah.
That's pretty big.
Because his nickname was Pork Chop because he was such a big kid. And that's how I got the nickname Chop.
That's just, whew. Let's see here. And there's a lot of Eagles fans I'm seeing here on Twitter. They're all worried that they're going to pick an offensive lineman.
Do it.
I mean, listen, the Eagles. If you were hypothetically an Eagle fan, you can't sit there and be upset or worried about what they're doing. They've been very successful.
And we've talked about this before. Like they've been one of the better drafters for the past
Yeah,
long.
Yeah, like we hate them, but we're trying to be honest about it.
Yeah, like they've drafted their backups and replacements well before they needed those backups or replacements.
Yeah.
So they've really.
That's why people are thinking offensive linemen, because they know they got some aging offensive line players there. But let's be honest, they had a lot of aging players they lost. You know, they lost.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it's not edge, especially
safety. I mean, they lost a corner. Sorry, they lost safety. They lost a center. You know, they lost a lot of players this offseason.
I would be very shocked.
Plus, linebacker's been an issue. I mean, do they at some point go linebacker? But I think it's too early to go linebacker. I think it's a single linebacker. So. I would take this early. All right.
Yeah.
Here we go. The Eagles on the board here.
2 minutes left.
2 minutes left. And it's like, who do you like more? Do you like Mitchell? Do you like Arnold? Do you not get Arnold because you have so many Georgia players?
They go Arnold.
They're on the phone with whoever it is right now. At least according to the video. Obviously, the video is a little delayed, so we should know in a second who it's going to be. I keep on refreshing Twitter to see.
Will he call me?
Do I get the rose? Oh my gosh. Let's see. They got 1 minute and 40 seconds here on the clock at my end.
1 minute and 10 seconds.
They really are.
Sweet ass time. Are they trading?
Pick a damn. Maybe they are. Maybe they're saying, you know what this is? We can get some extra picks. We can still get one later on. I just can't believe the drop. You know, but weird thing is Mitchell wasn't even a big prospect really until the Senior Bowl got here. Like that's when people are like, okay, this guy is legit. You know? So are people still doubting him?
Yeah.
Is that what's going on? Because he looked really good against the guys in the Senior Bowl. Like, he dominated that. That was like a man amongst boys, that whole thing. The pick is in. I see that on. So let's see. I'm waiting here. I'm waiting. I'm on it, refreshing. Let's see. Quinyon Mitchell.
Quinyon.
That's what I'm seeing.
Every time.
Everybody loves the burp. That's what I'm seeing here. That's crazy. They ended up getting the best corner. We had him listed as our number one corner. A lot of people had Arnold in front of him. But yeah, we had him listed as the best. Here's a good question though for you, man. At what point unless there's an issue with Arnold that we're not aware of, as far as the medical or something along those lines, at what point do the Giants or another team maybe go, we need a corner, we should trade up, kind of like we did with, I know I shouldn't use his name, but DeAndre Baker?
I don't think they're doing that.
I mean, literally, NFL Network had him listed as the 9th overall prospect in this draft, and you're going to pick 23, and he's still available. There's a team that needs a corner. Like, this is time to trade up and go get your guy.
I don't think they're doing it, though.
I don't know either if they do. I'm saying. Well, I don't think the Giants will. I'm saying a team like the Giants, especially because right now, guess what? Jacksonville is freaking ecstatic. Because they need a corner. We talked about it. They got a couple of guys at free agency. They got Ronald Darby, a corner, who's okay. He's not great, but he's okay. They got Eric Armstead, but they had troubles last year, big time stopping the pass. They need a corner. They still do.
Yeah, 100%. But
So
Raj
see if they're
Goodell's
smart.
coming out.
See if they're smart to take Arnold. Arnold. Got to be
Yeah,
Arnold.
get to the ball.
Get to the Jacksonville.
Yeah.
The Jaguar. This is not the Jaguar.
Jaguar.
And part of the problem is I keep on trying to see who they're going to get. And when I look up Jacksonville pick, it just keeps on popping up all the trades. Here we go. I got Goodell at the podium now to finally announce Mitchell.
Yeah, he's at the.
Do. It's Keon Mitchell.
Keon.
Keon. Dakota's got. I think Dakota went to bed, but he's got to be happy. That's a good pickup for him. That really is.
Yeah.
You know, they got the chance to go ahead and get the best guy at the position they needed. You know, and it makes you wonder, you know, what they do now at corner, because they have a really old cornerback that didn't play very well last year. You know, did they go ahead and perhaps put Darius Slay and try to play him at the corner? I mean, at safety now. Yeah, that's an option, guys.
Yeah.
They lost, you know, Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, obviously. Oh no, wait, they gained him back. They re-signed him. That's what it was. I'm sorry. Got too many things in the brain here at once. They re-signed him. So they got, I don't know. I mean, Slay played really bad last year, guys. Like really bad. He's 33 years old. That's kind of the point of no going back. It's kind of no going back there. You know?
He still had what, like a 68 PFF rating or something like that, and you had Slate, you had Burberry at 58, 54. It's not good for them.
No, let me look it up real quick because I can't remember off the top of my head here. But like I said, I knew they'd take a corner for that reason. I don't like the fact that the Eagles got Saquon from us, and now they got one of the players I really liked. I really wanted them to just like whiff on this entirely. Yeah, Darius Slay had a 68.4 and Bradbury had a 56.6. That's not good.
Yeah, no.
See, that's the kind of move that makes sense when you already got players that you're paying money to. That's like, this one sucks. I can at least sit him and not have the cap get killed. That makes more sense now.
Yeah. Twitchy.
But let's see. I'm trying to look where they're at here over the cap as far as these guys. So Bradbury, which by the way still is in a Giants uniform in the over the cap, which is interesting. Oh my god. Oh my god, dude. I did not realize how bad it is. I knew it was bad, but holy shnikey. Okay, so get this. This is where they're at. Just James Bradbury here, okay? $15 million dead money if they cut him this year, okay? It's a $4 million cap hit, okay?
Okay.
$7 million cap hit next year. And then 26, they have to pay him $21 million. And it's a void year. They don't have to.
Holy moly, macaroni right there.
Yeah.
That's it.
They're paying him a lot of money not to play. And they can't even save any money by cutting him in the next 2 years. That's bad. Let's see. Darius Slay. He's got just a $10 million cap hit this year, okay? Then he's got a $13 million cap hit the next year. Again, same thing. 2 years, you can't cut him. $25 million cap hit in 26. They're going to pay $45 million for two corners. that
It's a
won't
lot
even be
of
under
money.
contract in 26. That's a lot of goddamn money, guys.
Talk about
If I
kicking
talk
the
about
can
them
down
kicking
the
the
road.
can, like that's gotta come up eventually, guys. That's gotta come up eventually. That's gotta bite you in the ass. By the way, pick is in. The Jaguars are selecting Brian Thomas Jr. at pick 23 there.
I'm gonna have to start doing my own burps.
Can't get sued. Yeah, that's interesting because they lost obviously Calvin Ridley in the the offseason here. They went ahead and I thought they went ahead and did a decent job in replacing him at that point by stealing from Jake's Bills there at that point, getting Gabe Davis. But yeah, they wanted another receiver, I guess, because screw defense, I guess. What the hell? There's a lot of people saying absolute steal. I mean, that's where I thought Brian Thomas Jr. would go, is right around this time period. I didn't think Jacksonville would totally ignore the fact that they need obviously need a corner, but they just want to ignore that. So whatever. Let's see, Cowboys are up on the clock. Boo. Okay, sorry, just can't help do that.
Boo.
All hail the New York Giants!
I had to do that. So yeah,
nice.
Cowboys are officially on the clock, and I think another O-line pick coming here. So keep in mind what they lost this past offseason. They lost a ton, guys, and they really haven't replaced anybody yet. Tyron Smith, the left tackle, Tony Pollard, the running back, Tyler Biadasz, the center, defensive tackle Jonathan Hankins, linebacker Leighton Vander Esch, and receiver Michael Gallup. So you got to think where you're at right now. You lost, 40% of your offensive line. Offensive line's got to be the pick. I got to think, and I don't know, maybe it's early for a center to go right now, but Jackson Powers Johnson. It's got to be the pick.
I mean, possibly.
By the way,
maybe.
Pick number 23 that just went down was Cleveland's pick. Went to Houston in the Deshaun Watson move. Went to Minnesota in the move to get the second pick, and then went to Jacksonville. Jacksonville was the fourth team to have that pick. The whore pick got around.
I was about to say, it's a Village bicycle pick.
Seriously.
Everyone got a ride.
Let's see here. Well, the scary thing is, you think about it, it's 4 teams, a 32-team league at that point. So we got like 13% of the league had that pick at one point. Let's see here. Yeah. Everybody's just talking about the Cowboys have the pick now. So we're not hearing yet who the pick is. But like I said, Cowboys are on the clock. So we're going to find out here pretty quickly, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Interesting, though, that Brian Thomas Jr. went, and you got to wonder if the Cowboys would have been interested since they lost Gallup. Who do they really have at receiver besides CeeDee Lamb? Which, don't get me wrong, CeeDee Lamb's a freaking awesome player.
Yeah, I mean,
But,
let's see what happens this year.
I still think he's good. I still think he's good. I just, I'm just wondering, like, are they going to go ahead and get Jordan Morgan, Tyler Guyton, Barton, Jackson Powers Johnson? I mean, it's got to be an offensive lineman, guys. It's got to be.
I think so. You have to think so. It only makes sense.
Apparently, they're getting trade options. Somebody's trying to trade with the Cowboys. That's what I'm hearing. And they are definitely listening. I wonder what people are interested in. No more quarterbacks. I mean,
When do we replace Dak?
my God, can you imagine? At the 24th pick, the Cowboys select Spencer Rattler.
Talk about reaching.
Seriously. Let's see here. I think things have shaped up pretty well for them, considering. Like I said, I mean, if they need a center, they're still the pick of a center, and this is a good spot to take him. I think it's still a decent spot to take Jackson Powers Smith, the porn star name himself. Still say it's a good porn name, Powers Johnson.
His Johnson's so powerful.
Oh my gosh. Let's see. Yeah. See where we end up. Yeah, I'm still seeing a lot more people saying about them trying to move up. People are trying to move up. People are trying to get that pick. Again, we talked about this a minute ago. Maybe it's Arnold they want. Maybe people are thinking I can get a top 10 prospect in this draft, and I can get him in the late first round.
Could be.
Unless there's something we don't know on the medical, because usually whenever someone drops, there's something we don't know.
Yeah, it comes out months later.
Yeah, exactly. So,
Towards ACL golfing.
Something. Yeah, everybody's saying that they're talking about moving back.
Nice.
So, let's see here. They're trading down.
With who?
That's what I'm hearing. They're trading down. I don't know. I'm seeing they're trading down. Sources tell me. Go like all Scheffner on you. Sources tell me. But again, keep in mind, this is a team we just talked about the players they lost, and they don't have money in free agency. They haven't had money. As Jake says, maybe the Bills. He just wants a receiver. I'm on to you. He's like, damn it, Brian's gone. Who else?
What can I do? Oh, geez.
I mean, there's still receivers if the Bills do want to go ahead and go get a guy like Troy Franklin, Xavier Legette, Keon Coleman. I can see that one of those kind of guys being still going in this first round, and well, maybe it's the Chiefs trying to leapfrog you there, Jake. Try to have the Chiefs go ahead of the Bills and take the next receiver. The Chiefs definitely need one.
Best guy available.
It's 57 minutes left, by the way, and they still haven't announced it, according to what I'm seeing here.
57 minutes left.
Lions are on the clock. Lions are who they traded with. I have not heard what they gave up yet, but the Lions are moved up.
Oh, snap.
Lions will take Arnold. I gotta think that.
Yeah, I can definitely see that. It makes sense.
It's a spot they need. They need defense.
They just need a big fence.
I mean, obviously, offense was not the issue for them. They're one of the best offensive teams of the league last year. But
yeah.
Defense was definitely an issue. Oh, here's Dakota now. Best DB in the draft, straight A student. Didn't come out dancing like a fool. Shook Adele say, "Listen, dude, you got a great pick, Dakota. I'm telling you that point blank myself. Eagles got a really good pick in that. By the way, it has gone through the trade officially on TV, so we do have that as official. I'm trying to see what they got still. Okay, here we go. The Giants. The Lions move up to move up. They gave up 29 and 73. and they give up the 3rd round pick. Basically, they go up to 24, and they also got a 7th round pick next year. So they didn't give up a whole lot, and the pick's already in. See if I can see who it's going to be. Here we go, Terrigan Arnold. Terrigan Arnold.
Oh yeah.
I really appreciate the reporters that are at the actual event and are tweeting and letting us know what's going on without the TV delay. But yeah, no, Dakota he looked very professional. No, he's, like I said, he's a good player, and he totally looked the part at the Senior Bowl. That's what I care about more. He just totally did his thing. That's like I said, that's a good pickup for you guys there. I'm definitely not liking that. Says Dallas only got the 7th. No, Dallas gave up next year's 7th and got a 3rd round pick this year for going to down 5 spots. That's not a tremendous haul, but I mean, this late in their thing, what's the difference between that, you know? Unless you're a team that really wants one specific player, and the Lions wanted one specific player. They got a player that a lot of guys think is the best corner in this draft. We disagree. We got him as the 2nd best. But, you know, some people had him as, again, a top 10 prospect in this draft. And you get him at the late 1st round, and all you have to do is give up a 3rd round pick to get him. Sign me up.
Yeah. Sold.
3rd round picks are a 50-50 proposition. The top 10 prospects should pan out. Should.
You hope.
That's what I'm saying. Unless they're Ryan Leaf.
Oh, poor Ryan Leaf.
Poor Ryan Leaf. So, again, we're right in them wanting a corner. Now, the interesting thing is they only got a 3rd round pick, and now the Packers are up. And I got to think the Packers are going to take offensive line.
I think so.
I mean, they went ahead and helped their defense by getting Xavier McKinney from us in the offseason here. You know, they got Josh Jacobs to replace Aaron Jones on the running situation there. But Bakhtiari got released.
I talked to the Cheesehead earlier. I was like, listen, you're probably going O-line. I wouldn't be surprised if it's D-line, but you're probably going O-line.
Yeah, we had Jordan Morgan, I think, was who we picked to go there, if I remember correctly. So,
yeah.
But yeah, like I said, you lost Bakhtiari, their left tackle. You lost him, but he wouldn't really play that often anyway, as it is. They lost John Runyon Jr. in free agency, so they can go ahead and get somebody to replace one of those spots at that point. Here we go. Now, it is the Lions selection.
Yeah.
The draft is in Detroit. Here comes all these kids. Look, the kids play football. Don't do that. Stop peddling out the kids. No one's buying this. Just make the damn selections.
One of you kids want to read this name?
They play flag football. Was it just me, or was flag football like I think you played in gym class when you were growing up?
That's what it was. And now it's like if there's leagues.
It's actually kids leagues and all. Because they're afraid of kids getting cussed too early, but they still want them to learn football. Okay. That's their way around it. I mean, hell, I played high school football. I played like 1 year. I went in and tried to play football with like the Pop Warner thing, and just didn't like it because, let's be honest, I was a twig back then. But I got 2 concussions. It happens. I'm fine.
So you say.
It's on phonics works for me.
Yay.
No, but it's scary when it happens though, because like you literally everything goes black. You see stars, like it's legit. Like there's not.
Yeah.
I kid around, but it's legit. All right, so they finally announced it. The pick is in for the Packers now. Let's see if we're right on them going offensive line, because that's what we got.
They're starting to move this along.
Packers pick. Jordan Morgan, we're right again.
Damn.
We are
As
right
you're still
again.
having Arnold walks out of my TV.
I know. Live TV still got
Size bow tie.
That is a very pink, flashy get up there.
I'm going to say it's lightly pink, flashy get up. It's not very pink.
Dakota, do you have any comments after talking about Mitchell and how professional he looked?
Yeah. Bow tie
He would
works
have
with
said, "Oh, he would have said, oh, he's very flashy and well dressed."
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So
I shall be right back, good sir.
all right, we shall see.
Dancing in that way.
Dancing machine. All right, so that means the Bucks here, my local team here, since I'm now living in Tampa Bay, are off the clock. Interior offensive line is definitely a need for them guys. I thought edge rusher, we had them taking Chop Robinson. I didn't think he would go so quickly. Again, do they go with a guy like Jackson Powers Johnson? Did they go with a guy like Graham Barton? It could be definitely some more offensive line players picked here. This is definitely the spot for that. I think you're starting to run out of tackles for the first round. I really do think that. I think the runs kind of happened now. That's what I believe 7 now taken in the first round. So, that's a round where we had it. Tyler Guyton still can go. Kingsley Sumatia also. Sumatia. Sorry, I always mispronounce his last name out of BYU. Either one of those two could still go as well. But yeah, this is a this is going to be interesting to see because you got Dallas still needs offensive line help. You got the Bucks could use it. So you got the Niners definitely could use it at that point. The right side of their line was definitely an issue for them this past year. So we'll see what happens here. If I had to guess, you could easily see 2 or 3 more offensive linemen going, even though the quality is starting to really diminish here. Like you could easily get second round quality at this point here, but you need. And that's what some of these players become at that point, especially when it's like you're a team that went deep into the playoffs, but here's your obvious issue. Like you're going to try to plug your one hole you have and play with the best possible player you can get your hands on. I gotta think this is where we're going as offensive line here because the edge rushers have just gone early. It's not a good edge rush class. Let's see who we got left here. So Darius Robinson out of Missouri, Chris Braswell out of Alabama. Unless the Bucks want to start going for a corner, I could see them also going corner as well. Got a little run on corners, maybe starting. Go with a guy like Nate Wiggins, Cooley McKinstry. One of those guys could go. Or they do something crazy and go Cooper DeJean at that point. The guy who people don't know is he a corner? Is he a safety? There's definitely some back and forth on that there. So let's take a look here, see if we can figure out who it's going to be. It's going to be Rob. It's going to be Rob and his many buttons.
It's still going to be me.
So many buttons.
All the buttons.
By the way, I just saw something that Ric Flair is going to be announcing the 3rd round pick for the Buccaneers tomorrow. Ric Flair.
That's fantastic.
I told you, he's like Tampa. He is that guy that like people always think is there's one bar in particular. Like, I don't want to give it away, but there's one guy in particular that is definitely a place that you see it. So you'll find him there. Usually, maybe one of the wrestlers, maybe. Let's see here.
I was about to say, there's another famous wrestler that has a bar in your area that he may hang out with.
It's not Hogan's Hangout. It's not Hogan's Hangout. Graham Barton at a Duke to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, guys.
You're
So this is
straight
pizza
up
place.
like
That's
ahead of
exactly where
everyone.
it is. He goes to Cece's. The unlimited buffet for $5.
Yes.
It's crazy. Yeah. So, you know what? I'm gonna give it up. I'm just gonna tell you guys, if you want to go to Tampa and see Ric Flair, the bar is called the Pearl.
It's called the Woos.
No, seriously, it's called the Pearl. And it is where he is known to be at a very regular basis. If you literally just look up Tampa Bay bar, Ric Flair, it even comes right up. Dakota says the pizza place is on the first floor of the tower. He lives in downtown St. Pete. I didn't even know he lives in St. Pete. I know he lives in Tampa Bay, obviously, but yeah, like I said, the Pearl in Tampa. That's where you'll really see him if you really want to do it. Has craft beers by the Oz. The Oz is, by the way, a Barrick strip club in Tampa Bay. I live right near the Oz, actually. Sometimes you could smell the desperation from my house.
You can feel the gonorrhea.
It's bad that Jordan Morgan just got selected, and we're already talking about.
I was going to say.
We're already talking about the Arizona Cardinals, by the way.
In strip clubs.
But yeah, Graham Barton's a good pickup. And again, he's that guy too that we call him a guard, but he played tackle.
Years by the
He's one of the few people that we didn't go ahead and put him in a different spot because everybody had him listed as a everybody has him listed as a guard. Everybody. Dakota says he meant ounce. Beers by the ounce. I thought you meant by the Oz, because the Oz is a very well-known strip club.
The wonderful Wizard of Oz.
I tell you, he's very well known, Ric Flair, for being let's say friendly with the younger women that are old enough to be his great grandchildren at this point.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, his daughter that's wrestling, isn't she like 28? Even though
Charlotte
he's like
Flair,
70?
is that her name? I think.
Yeah, I believe so. Sounds about right.
I'm not a wrestler, so if I'm wrong, I'm not a wrestling person, so if I'm wrong, somebody can let us know in the chat. I was on Monday Night Raw one time.
Her, I do remember her. One of her paid for extremities popped.
Paid for extremities
during a pay-per-view. I do recall hearing that. And she had to take, I think, like 6 or 8 months because it was like a serious injury.
Oh my God.
For foreign bodies to enter the body.
Foreign bodies? We're still talking about the implants or different foreign bodies that are in your body?
No, it's definitely talking about her fake tits.
There you go. That's more like it. All right.
It's only the one, though.
Just the one. The other was real?
No, the popped. The other one was okay.
Pop goes the weasel. Let's see here. I'm looking to see right now what they're going to do. Cardinals still on the clock. Is it time for Johnny? It might be time for Johnny Newton, Jerzan Newton, whichever one you want to call him, because he changed his name midway through the draft process.
Johnny.
Maybe time.
This way, no one out there
you can pronounce it.
Mess it up. Yeah.
Like you.
Definitely Drew.
No, you, not Drew. I know that rhyme. I just think it's interesting here.
I butcher my own name sometimes. I'm like Orb.
Let's see.
Row Bub.
Row, row, row. Row, row, row. Talking about that defensive tackle now.
No, he's not. He's
Oh
going
my god,
tomorrow.
people are gonna have too much fun with his name probably tomorrow. But when he goes,
he's going tomorrow.
Defensive tackle out of Clemson, was it? I believe. Yeah, it's gonna be a fun when he goes. Row, row.
Row, row, row. Row, row, row. Row, row.
Let's see.
Row, row, row.
We're getting canceled.
Yeah. Every time I hear his name, I think about Scooby Doo. Sorry.
Okay, here we go. Darius Robinson at 27 here. That's the rumor.
Ding.
Darius Robinson, 27, Missouri. Now, Robinson was, we talked about, rumor has it, the edge rusher did pretty well there at Missouri, but the problem was he was a power rusher. That's all he did. 5.5 tackles for loss, 3.5 sacks in 22, 14 tackles for loss, 8.5 sacks in 23.
This is a guy that had
I'm not a fan.
Vision. Yeah, this is a guy that had the tunnel vision right after the quarterback.
It wasn't just that. It was also the fact that he depended on the fact that he's bigger than everybody. Like, you can't depend on that. Eventually, you get to a point where people are bigger than you. And the NFL is where that typically happens, guys. Again, 6'5", 296 pounds. He's a big boy, don't get me wrong. But when you're going against 330-pound offensive tackles, you're going to have trouble bull rushing them and just overpowering them. I don't like the move personally. I don't dislike Robinson. I just think it's way too early. I had a second round grade on him. That's where I would have picked him personally. If you really want to get an edge guy, you should have just traded down, in my opinion.
Yeah.
If it was a position thing, that's where you wanted to go. So.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like he is a man amongst boys right now. He's the big fish in the little pond, and he's about to go into the ocean.
Yep.
And it's a different ball game. I guess figuratively and literally. When you go to the NFL, like it's a different ball game.
Womp.
Going out there because it's
like I said, not a bad player. I just think it's way too goddamn early. Way too damn early.
I mean, they could have drafted a quarterback. God, I mean that's what everyone else is doing.
Seriously. So, Jake, if you're still watching there, so I know it's getting late. It's 11 o'clock here. Who you got? It's got to be a wide receiver, I'm thinking. It's got to be. You know, and it all depends on, keep in mind, a lot of this is what kind of receiver you want. Do you want a little guy like Troy Franklin? Do you want a bigger guy like Xavier Legette that finally did something after having like 400 yards this entire career, then all of a sudden his last year in college goes for 1,200. He said, a scheme fit kind of guy. You know, do you want a guy like Keon Coleman who fits all the boxes athletic wise, just is raw as far as how he runs routes, didn't perform a lot, you know, or do you want to go something crazy? Go one of the guys in Washington, Jermaine Burton, Alabama, Lad McConkey out of Georgia, you know, or we had them taking, I believe Xavier Worthy is who we had them taking, right? Or was it Adonai Mitchell? One of the two. We had Mitchell or Worthy from Texas. I forget which one we had them taking. But yeah, we had them taking one of the guys from Texas. I remember that for sure. So, I mean, I would think. Okay, he says Mitchell or Legette is what he said. If you're going to take between those two, again, you know the system, Jake, better than I do. You're a big time Bills fan there, but it all depends on what you need. Because Legette was the guy they schemed open. We talked about that. They kind of schemed into what he can do and got him going. Because there's things he does well, obviously. There's a lot of stuff he doesn't do. By the way, interesting thing I'm seeing here as I'm watching, because the TV is apparently 2 picks behind. Graham Barton was drafted as a center. A guy who's played tackle his whole career at Duke, and they're picking him as a center. That's a little crazy to me.
Which is nuts.
That's a little
and I was
cray.
admiring
So
the Tampa Bay fans in Detroit. Like, that's impressive. You go to a draft and you're drafting at 26.
They're also dealing with the weather. They're dealing with the weather. They're going from sunny Tampa where it's like 90 to like Detroit where it's smelly and 30.
Yeah, but they're all still dressed like they're in Tampa, hyped up inside.
We don't have winter clothes here. We don't have them.
You have them. You just don't wear them.
That's the options we have. What t-shirt and shorts are we wearing today?
Listen, when you go to Michigan, you will have choice to buy pants.
I don't go to Michigan for that reason.
Well, I'm talking about you're at the draft.
DeJean if he's still because he's still there. He says, and we need a safety. I don't know if Cooper DeJean still going to be a safety or a corner, but you need either one, so you're good.
Let's talk about Darius Robinson's suit, because that's a.
Let me see.
That's a top.
Oh my God! What is that going on there? That is like
he looks like he should be a professional wrestler.
This is a Tim Burton one. Yeah, I told you he's a big guy, 295 pounds. Like I said, he is a big guy.
Yeah.
So, some guy just posted the Bills want all the QBs and O-line to go top 27.
Oh my God! Did you see the size of the jersey that Roger Goodell handed him? It looks like he's going to give it to his little kid.
Hey, Tony, he's a big guy, man. He's
humongous.
And I'm wondering if part of it is that they're going to convert him over to be a 3-4 defensive end, because he's got that size. He could do it, play the 5 technique instead of playing edge. I don't know. They put him as 285 is what they put him at. PFF had him at 295. He's slow. They're showing the 40 dash time is 4.95. Like, he's not a fast guy. I don't see how he's gonna.
His thing is he breaks tackles, not tackles, but he breaks
blocks. Yeah, I know what you're saying, but the problem is that you're gonna trust a guy like that to potentially go ahead and be a guy you have to put in coverage sometimes.
Yeah, it's probably not what's gonna happen with him.
No, he runs a 5.40.
We just watched him tackle someone with his ass hanging out. It's amazing.
Let's see. Let's see if we got it here. I'm waiting for this Bills pick. I'm trying for you, Jake. I'm trying to get it early for you.
Yeah.
They're on the clock.
Listen, they got a minute and 20 seconds.
Is that what they got? I don't show it because on NFL is still showing Darius Robinson.
Yeah, minute 10.
He takes up a lot of time at that size.
He blocks a lot of views.
It's got to be Mitchell. Like, am I crazy? It's got to be Mitchell.
It doesn't have to be, but
he says, "Whoa, okay." What'd you hear, Jake? I see it, Jake.
Maybe
they're trading. They're trading. He's trading.
Oh,
Jake's saying he's hearing that they're trading. Let's see.
Draft Center is presented by FedEx. I'm gonna be right back. So I have no idea. You let me know.
Oh, I'm trying to look right now. Okay, so here you go. The Chiefs. You gave up the receiver. You gave up the receiver. Oh my God. So the Chiefs get 30. The Chiefs get 28, 133, and 248. The Bills get 32, 95, and 221. That's interesting because that means
repeat those numbers again.
So the Chiefs are giving up 32, 95, and 221. The Bills are getting 28, 133, and 248. And I got to think, I got to really think that the Chiefs and the Bills had a conversation, and the Bills said point blank, we're not trading with you unless you tell us who you want. So I got to think the Bills aren't losing whatever receiver they would have taken if they took this pick. Because they got to know that the Chiefs are the only ones that I would trade ahead of them. Or they were okay with taking one or the other of two different players. And this has got to be worthy now.
Yes.
As Jake's already said it is going to be. But I'm with them on that. Yes, they picked Xavier Worthy. So Xavier Worthy out of Texas goes to the Chiefs. The Bills could have had him. And that's interesting for these two teams that play together and have such a rivalry to make a trade like that.
I was saying the playoff rivalry.
I just think that
okay.
I got to think that the Bills weren't high on Worthy.
I mean,
and they
said, why else would they say, oh, take the guy that should be coming to us right now?
There's Raph in the building. Raph in the building. We got a Raph alert.
What's up, Raph? How we doing?
But yeah, Worthy. I'm kind of shocked that Worthy is the pick, though, to a certain degree. Like I would have thought Mitchell. So Worthy is the guy. You guys may have forgotten, is the guy who literally did the fastest 40 time in combine history. He fast. He fast. Yeah. Like, but fast. Here's the problem. He's got drop issues. I mean, how many times they have drop issues at the last season?
I mean, maybe they figured, hey, it's Patrick Mahomes. He's not going to throw it above the shoulders, below the navel. It's going to be in the numbers 95% of the time.
Rap says, okay, Raiders got Brock Bowers, which is very surprising. That's because you had no quarterbacks left to get.
Yeah.
There's no quarterback left available. I mean, honestly, it's a good move for you guys. You took BPA, which is the right move that I always say is the right way to go.
100%.
But yeah, I just, yeah. I mean, unless you want to trade down, but I don't know. We obviously don't know what offers that Raiders got. But yeah, welcome to not having a quarterback like us.
Well, I mean, we've talked about taking a quarterback in the second round quite often.
We did.
So,
but the second round of quarterbacks were taken in the first half of the first round.
The second round quarterbacks were taken in the second half of the first top 10.
I'm just saying, like, it's just crazy.
The top 15, I should say. My God.
So now, with the players they got left, you got the Cowboys on there. Again, you got to think offensive line. You got Tyler Guyton. You got Zach Frazier. I guess you got to put the mix. Graham Barton got taken away. That's the center out of West Virginia. Jackson Powers Johnson still available. Well, I got to think, if I'm them, I take the kicker. But I got to think Jackson Powers Johnson is who I'm going if I'm the Cowboys. You got an obvious needed center. You got a guy who could play guard if you ever need to move him for whatever reason at that point as well. He's played both. I gotta think that's what I would do. That's what I would do. And I'm trying to look at it. It still says the pick is just in now for the Chiefs. We've already said who.
I was about to say I'm watching.
We've already said it.
I'll walk out.
Move on. Okay, guess what? As you're watching the Chiefs pick, we're going to let you know the Cowboys have selected Tyler Guyton out of Oklahoma.
Guys, before you know it, the draft will be over and
they'll still have 5 picks to go.
Yeah. Well, that's impossible because they're at pick 28 right now when there's 32 teams.
I know. It's just funny.
You son of a gun.
Yeah.
4 picks out.
Now, again, we talked about Tyler. He's got supposedly played right tackle, played 70 snaps at left tackle, missed games with injuries every single year. That's been his biggest knock. He's a good player. He's just never healthy, and that's the problem. Even this past year, at a 63.7 PFF grade in Oklahoma because of the injuries. He was never healthy playing this year. Quick feet, though, you know, is a raw guy because he's never played a full season at this
Yeah, I
point.
was gonna say.
You know, early to pick him. I'm kind of shocked they went that route. I said, you still got Jackson Powers Johnson. That to me would have been the move to make. So thank you, Cowboys, for making the wrong move. I appreciate that. Hopefully he does
Thank
just
you
as well
for
as your
Jerry Jones in it.
Yeah, hopefully he plays just as well as your last pick.
Xavier Worthy. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh, who would have thought that?
Just wait when Tyler Guyton goes next. You'd be really shocked.
Ah!
All right. So now you got on there. The Ravens are going to be next up at that point. I'm looking at Kevin Ostreicher. We talked to him, friend of the show. There was on Locked on Ravens. He was on the show there with us last time we played. So yeah, we're gonna see who they got here. We're already at pick 30 now. We're moving on along here.
I know. It's crazy. Even though
the
NFL
the
says
day
pick
is
28.
just going. Oh, and by the way, pick 29 just got in. We're on pick 30, guys. Move on. Love it. Yeah. I gotta think though that receiver is an option. I'm sorry, Jake. I hope not for your sake to a certain degree. They lost OBJ. Let's be honest, that move didn't really pan out for them.
No.
But you need more than one receiver. You're gonna force Lamar Jackson to actually throw the ball for once. Let's see.
Yeah, no, that won't happen. But we're gonna pretend we have receivers and scheme our play.
Here in Cooley, McKinstry is an option. Be nice to have another corner go. I mean, let's see. I saw somebody put Cooper DeJean on there. I can't imagine he does it. I mean, they got enough corner. I mean, safeties. Some people are saying you need to be a safety. One guy's already saying I'm going to spike my phone if they do. Well, they've got a lot of safeties. They already have safeties. That'd be like, signing a quarterback and then drafting a quarterback with the 8th overall pick.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what schmuck would do that.
Oh, it'd be crazy, but it sounds like a move. I don't know. One of my cousins would make.
Oh my gosh!
I guess it would Penix on the opportunity they had.
I'm still pissed about that. I really am. I'm so pissed about that. Again, I'm just as pissed for him as I am for us, though. He'll be 26 when he finally gets a chance to start, unless they want to pay, $45 million for a back
26
quarterback. He's 24. He'd be 26 then.
He's like 35 right now. He would never be able to start.
72.
And Roger Goodell
collecting social.
Roger Goodell drops his
collecting Social Security. He dropped the
He's
pick.
older than Roger Goodell.
Let's see. I'm looking here. I'm still trying to keep an eye on this thing for you guys. Trying to keep going early like we're doing. Being early on this. We got nothing yet.
Guyton.
Huh? Tyler Guyton's going next? Huh?
Yeah, look at that. Oh my god. He's yeah. Oh man.
Who would have
we just talked about this guy like 5 minutes ago.
See what we got. Suspense is killing me now. I'm like so far ahead now. I'm like caught up to TV
well,
now.
You're not anymore.
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, come on, Ravens, get with the program here. It's taking a while. I wonder if they're looking at a trade. Are they looking at a trade, perhaps?
I wouldn't be
Yeah,
surprised.
we're now caught up with the NFL draft. the TV program is caught up with us. I don't feel as special anymore. The pick is in.
What? Well,
That's what I'm seeing. The pick is in, and the heat is on.
like a Donkey Kong.
From what I'm seeing, they wanted Darius Robinson, actually. Cardinals got him.
You can't have that.
But the pick is in. The pick is in. Johnny Newton, people are suggesting might be the pick. Oh, here we go.
Ooh, 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 ooh,
The corners are going in the order we put them in as well. Nate Wiggins, Clemson to the Ravens. Telling you,
Here we go.
it's amazing how like our picks are so off from where all these people, these prognosticators, these professional draft grade people have, and yet this
And
is
we're
only
right there.
This is our second year doing it, and both years we've been right on the money pretty much with a lot of the stuff we said. Both years. Just saying, might know what we're doing a little bit there. Just
Maybe
might.
see a little bit of the tape.
Yeah, I mean, let's see here. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got. Next up, we got the 49ers. They got to go with a they got to go with line.
You have to.
It's such an obvious, and it's again. I hate to say like you pick the best player. I know that you're like I'm very big on that, but you also got to pick what you need. I mean, Johnny Newton makes some sense here at this point because of the fact that you lost Eric Armstead to the Jaguars, but otherwise, I gotta think you go with like a Jackson Powers Johnson. Because he could play guard. That would make some sense there at that point there. Kingsley Suamatea for BYU because he's a tackle who could play guard as well. Potentially, people think he might be a better fit there. So there's some options here, guys. There's some options. And I don't know which way they go. I can see either one making sense because I honestly thought originally we did the mock line, but I didn't think Johnny Newton would still be there. I think that's a pretty damn good option for them. I really do. I'm kind of curious now.
This is
the things to make you go. Yeah, I said it's
like,
something here.
Let's be real. Like the Niners have been a pretty solid team for the past 3 4 years. I mean, like when you say their needs, like their needs and what they're trying to replace is still better than majority of what's in the NFL.
Yeah, but that right side of the line, like I said, that's been an issue. Yeah, I just. Oof.
I agree. I'm just saying, like when we talk about needs, it's not like we're saying like there are like they're
maybe they get a receiver. Maybe they get a receiver and get rid of Brandon Ayuk. I am seeing rumors that Brandon Ayuk is still going to be a potential issue for them. There's still a lot of people putting up rumors with Brandon Ayuk. If they go receiver here, that makes it obvious. And once again, the TV has gone to Nate Wiggins, and we are caught back up again. Nate Wiggins, by the way, in his jeans and his jacket, can't even get dressed up for the draft.
It's
But
nice.
no one went to his birthday party.
Definitely his sister with the blue hair went to the birthday party.
I just think to me that's like something you don't do. Like, I don't know. To me, it's like there's certain traditions. I'm old school in some ways, though. I admit it freely.
Yeah. Well, yeah. No, I agree.
Let's see.
4
49ers
minutes.
pick. Come on.
4 minutes on the clock.
They're taking a minute. But you know what? Again, this is that spot when you're a late first round pick like this. It makes sense sometimes to let somebody trade it up with you, get the extra pick. Somebody wants the 5th-year option at that point of the guy. Like, I don't know, a quarterback maybe. I don't know.
Well, and also the same opportunity. Like you're talking about the team that went to the Super Bowl that looked pretty solid through the year.
Yeah,
when healthy.
but they
They
had a weakness.
They did, but can you feel that weakness on your snake back around and making more picks later or next year?
What? Oh, I hear you. Yeah, no, and I'm not.
Yeah.
I'm not disputing that part at all.
I'm saying,
Like I
like,
said, if somebody wants to trade up and I'm Niners, I'm trading down in a heartbeat because I'm looking at trying to get some picks because I want to go ahead and maybe get a guy like if you can go ahead and get Johnny Newton at that point, if you can go ahead and get a receiver
you can save
later
your
on
capital
in case
for
you
later in the
lose,
draft and next year.
Yeah. Let's see.
Yeah, just makes sense.
Cooper DeJean. I'm seeing him. I'm also seeing somebody else put Trevondre Sweat, which I don't think it's going to be. Let's see. Her rumor San Francisco is considering San Francisco. I always say South Carolina quarterback Spencer Rattler. Stop that, people. People just want to get it. People just want to get number 7 in. Yep, Cooper DeJean. There he goes. You got one pick away, Jake. You want a Cooper DeJean potentially. One pick away. That's going to be crazy on that defense because he's a good player. Like I said, I don't know where you want to play him. People are saying he's not athletic enough and fast enough to go ahead and play, the corner position. So they're just calling him a defensive back right now. He's going to go wherever you need him to go. He don't care. He just wants to play football. He's that guy. He's that lunch pail little guy. Like a little tiny like Superman lunch pail. Like, because you say lunch pail, but a lineman. But he's like I said, he just goes to work and does his thing. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, pretty much.
So we got one more pick. Jake, if you're still with us, who are you thinking your Bills are taking? Who are you thinking? If they get Mitchell still, that'd be pretty damn good for them. Spencer Rattler.
Rattler's gone.
If they can still go ahead and get Mitchell, who we were already talking about, that's who they probably should get when they were picking before. He just put Mitchell too. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not a Mitchell guy necessarily. Who I really like, call me crazy, because people will. Because I don't think everybody would agree with me on this one. Troy Franklin is still who I take. I think Franklin's going to be a damn good player. He made Bo Nix look good enough to be drafted 12th overall.
You're not wrong. You're definitely not wrong.
Yeah. That's going to be. And Jake, no, it wasn't that. It's Cooper DeJean. The Niners. That's a Don't trust JPA football. It's probably seeing that. I'm seeing that. I think those guys are fake. Cooper DeJean, that's who's going to be. So we'll see.
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm trying to find out who it's going to be.
Who is it going to be now?
Other people are saying the same thing now. That it is Persall from Florida. We talked about him. Now I don't know. We might have given the wrong name. I'm seeing both on there. I'm seeing Cooper DeJean. I'm seeing Ricky Persall. If it's Ricky Persall, I'm shocked. We talked about it. I liked him a lot. That's like a hands guy that just like has that Velcro on those hands. But I didn't think anybody would consider taking him in the first round. I said he might even drop to the third round.
Yeah.
I just think he's just not flashy. That's what it boils down to. He's just
Ricky Persall.
Wow. Who said Cooper DeJean was wrong? Yep, you're right. There it is in the NFL. Yeah.
I know.
Ricky Persall.
Roger Goodell announce it.
Wow. Listen, Brandon Ayuk is gone, guys. Brandon Ayuk is gone. There's no doubt in my mind now. There's actually a rumor that the Patriots really, really want him. But there's no way they're keeping him. They're getting. Yeah. Ayuk is going to be gone, guys. I can guarantee it.
Well, yeah, that's what I say after that.
But yeah, Ricky Persall, that's early for him. Again, it's not that I don't like the player. I like the player. We talked about him. I like the player. I said better than I think most people do. I did not think first round, though, for him. That seems a little reachy.
Excessive.
Yeah, that definitely does. Let's see, ranked 32 out of 3,121 receivers between 87 to 2004 in the draft as far as his combine scores and everything. Yeah. Bills traded out again. Bills traded out again.
Did they?
Saying,
damn.
What are you saying? Panthers trade up to the 32nd overall picks. So, yeah, you just went up to one pick. You just went down one selection. Whatever you got, you're probably good.
Yeah.
All Bills fans are like, God damn it, we stayed up for this crap. We didn't get a freaking pick. That's crazy. It's smart though. Move up. Get your picks. Get your picks, man. Let's see. I'm still trying to see what you guys got. Everybody's talking about the trade, but nobody's saying it. Like I said, you got a couple extra picks. To me, if you can go in tomorrow with the first overall pick, first off, you might trade down again. Somebody's going to want somebody potentially trade down again. By the way, according to Jordan Schultz, the Bills got pick 141 from the Panthers. So they got a fourth round pick to move down one spot. If they don't, if they're taking again one spot, they're going to go ahead and not get the guy that you want at that point. He's already saying it's legit. Let me see here. Is that legit? Like done? Yeah, Xavier Legette. So went down one pick. The Bills gave up 200, and the Panthers gave up 141. So they went up 2 rounds basically to go down one spot in the first, from the last pick of the first to the third. So, yeah, there you got it, guys. The big news of the night, obviously, is that we went ahead and got a first-round talent, potentially the most talented wide receiver in the entire draft, guys. That's what we're looking at here. Again, Malik Neighbors, New York Football Giants. Now we got to figure out what we're going to do as far as. Yeah, hell of a pick, guys. Like I said, this is the most explosive receiver we've had since OBJ, and I can say that before he even plays one down. I can say that. So
post
now we just got to figure out what's going to happen overall.
Yeah, that was explosive.
No one. That's why I'm saying that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's
so now we just get
pretty clear cut.
Now we just got to figure out who is going to be the guy that throws in the ball. Is it Jones? Do we look to draft somebody else? I'm looking at it going, Jones might be the quarterback after all. And I didn't think he's going to play it down necessarily. I said that, and I still, unless we do what I said and go get Ryan Tannehill. I would rather Ryan Tannehill than Daniel Jones at this point.
I would go to forward Ryan Tannehill.
It's very easy. You restructure contracts. We have like literally we can make like $20-30 million extra money still. We're not in cap issues right now. We're just not going to spend it to restructure people unless we have to.
Yeah.
I mean, you got Malik Neighbors now. You have to have somebody actually throw him the ball. He's not wrong on that. Again, I don't like he said it publicly. He's not wrong on that. We'll see what happens. Maybe the guy I like, Jordan Travis, becomes available. I like him. I think if he didn't get hurt, he'd be a much higher pick. Maybe we can get Spencer Rattler. Maybe the Rattler comes out.
Ooh, the Rat Tack.
I say it's a possibility, guys. So, all righty, guys. We're gonna call it a wrap here because it's almost midnight, and we gotta get done. It's way past everybody's bedtime here. As I'm seeing Goodell at the literally at the podium doing the pick here, we've already talked about. So again, guys, we'll be back on 7:00 tomorrow. We'll be on for every pick again tomorrow night as well with you guys. Saturday, we will be on in the evening to go ahead and give you guys a review of day 3. And then we'll be back again for you guys Monday, our usual time, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, to go ahead and give you guys all of the rundown of the draft overall and our thoughts on what the Giants did. And then, of course, Tuesday, we talk about all the rest of the NFC East and probably wrap up our draft coverage then. So plenty more to go. If you haven't already, do me a favor, hit that like, hit that subscribe. Appreciate you guys listening in. Yeah. We will hopefully see you all tomorrow night, where tomorrow night we talk about how you can get an official Daniel Jones signed jersey just for being a fan of the show. That's it. All you got to be. So appreciate you guys for listening. And as always, we'll see you, like I said, hopefully tomorrow we're up on live on Facebook and they're not having their issues they're having because Facebook has just been messing up left and right lately. But even if we're not on Facebook, we were still tonight on, of course, YouTube, Twitter/X, Twitch, and of course, Rob's favorite,
Drew's like that.
My LinkedIn profile. We'll have a quick synopsis of some of the parts of the show here on tomorrow night. On tomorrow morning as well on the audio podcast platforms as well. So if you missed some of the stuff there, we'll see you then. Appreciate you guys for listening as always. And as always, Giant fans,
go G-Man!
Go G-Man!
G-Man!
Neighbors! Malik Neighbors is a Giant. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Thanks for listening to Two Giant Goofballs, a New York Giants podcast. We appreciate your support.
Thanks so much.